Welcome back to the HCG Masters Tournament Season 1. It is me, Matsy, back at you again for our second series of the day. And we do have another great series ahead of us today. It is going to be none other than Sangal versus Enterprise to start things off on this endeavor. So I'm very keen to see what these two teams can actually come up with, because obviously at the start of our broadcast, we did have Eternal Fire versus Berserker. But let's take a look at how the vetoes are shaping up here for this one, guys. Let's see exactly what's going to be coming through here. So to start things off, we do have a ban of a nuke actually coming through from the side of Sangal here. We'll see what the next one is going to shape up to be. Looks like Enterprise is going to respond swiftly with a Vertigo ban. And following suit to that one, we should be seeing Sangal actually opting for the pick of Ancient of all things. Okay, things are looking pretty interesting already. You'll love to see a bit of Ancient right and early into the day, or right and late into the evening if you're me. Who knows? We got Enterprise responding back with a Mirage pickup, though. Not too bad from them. Definitely eager to see a bit of Mirage. Thought we'd see it in the last series, but no. It's going to happen here. Next band to come out from Sangal is going to be Overpass, so we won't be seeing that one again for the time being, unfortunately. Enterprise is going to respond back by banning out Dust 2, so the remaining map of the series should be Inferno, I believe. Just see exactly where it rolls. Yep, so Inferno is going to be the decider there. The three maps in question will be in the following order. We've got Ancient, Mirage, and Inferno to start things out this evening. So I'm very excited to see how things are going to actually play out here. I feel like both these teams are going to be coming into this one with a lot of confidence, just able to bring their best game that they possibly can here. And I'm excited to see it as well. Obviously, coming into Ancient, considering that Sangal picked it there, we will see Enterprise starting out on the CT side of that map. And obviously, considering Enterprise did pick out Mirage, we will see Sangal actually starting out on the CT side of that matchup. So definitely keen to see how both teams can play their respective sides. Obviously, coming out of the last series, we did see a lot of confidence being displayed early on, but then it was more of a back and forward endeavor. So I'm eager to see exactly how things are going to shape up coming into this one, considering that these are fresh new teams coming in today, and we haven't seen them thus far, but I'm excited to see exactly what's going to come through there. Obviously, key players to look out for. I think you're going to be wanting to look out for, I think it's Matisse or Matisse. Not sure exactly on the pronunciation there, Matisse. But obviously, that's on the Enterprise side of things, as well as potentially a Blitz there. But on the side of Sangal, maybe looking out for the player in Sensei. We'll see what does come through, though. Obviously, not too much data on these teams. Sangal definitely does have a history of playing Ancient, so it doesn't surprise me they've picked out that map there, considering that they have played it in the past. They've played pretty confident on it, getting a win against one of their past opponents. So I'm eager to see exactly how that's going to shape up. Obviously, seeing Overpass and Inferno banned out as well doesn't really surprise me, considering Sangal have a little bit of history on that map too. But Enterprise, they've got a bit of history themselves, obviously playing pretty confidently on all of the respective maps. Their record on Ancient, not the most impressive. They've only had a record of 5 wins and 9 losses over the past few months. So more often than not, it is them taking a loss, having a 35.7% win rate. So could be a confidence pick coming through from Sangal there. Obviously, our second matchup being on Mirage, though. The side of Sangal does have a 7 and 5 win to loss ratio there coming through. So 58.3% win rate. So definitely could see a bit more confidence maybe coming through on map number 2. If they do lose out on the first one, they might be able to hone in on their skills and then bring it back a bit. Closing it out on Inferno, though. Obviously, having a 7 wins and 9 losses scoreline there definitely could be a bit of a tough one. But I'm eager to see what does come through from both of these teams here and now as we do head straight into Ancient, guys. We're going to be kicking it off with a bang here. Enterprise will be on the CT side. Sangal Esports are going to be on the T side. Looks like already do have Sensei just holding through towards the middle there. Waiting to see if they can pick anybody up. Taking it nice and slowly through towards that middle position. Got a couple pushing through Cat at the moment. One going to be spotted just at the top of house there. Not going to be able to get that damage through just yet, but at least the TTs find a bit of damage, and Blitz starts off strong there. Corey goes down, Sensei to follow. Now already netting that man advantage in favor of Enterprise right now. See if Sangal Esports can find something back. In fact, they do. Soulfly able to take down Blitz there. And for another one, missing the shots early on and not able to reformat there. Will go down in the end. Through the Canary. See if QB, the Nine-Tailed Fox, will be able to find something into this game. It seems that they are going to be shut down. They're going for the knife kill. Skrunks actually exited that smoke. Luckily timed by them. They will not be getting knifed in the first round. We didn't see any knife kills in the first game, but it seems the team of Enterprise are a little bit cheeky. And so we might see some very unique play coming through onto this map, and in fact, this series, as a matter of fact. So I'm pretty eager to see exactly what's going to come through throughout the rest of this one, guys. Then a little replay for this one as well. I want to say a quick shout out to our sponsors for the evening in Plasma, as well as Coin Motion, for helping the show go on as well. Big shout out to those guys. Exclamation mark Plasma or Coin Motion in the chat if you want to find out more about them. Regardless, round 2 now. Looks like the Elive is going to be holding through just outside the ramp right now. Does actually take down a couple of players, looking to push that through team lower. No one else going to be venturing any further forward as Blitz cleans it up as well. So it's already going to be nice double kill set up for both teams, or rather for both players. And QB going to be the last man standing through towards the ruins at the moment, or rather towards T-Spawn. Will be shut down in the end by Canary, however. So Enterprise going to be starting off strong and taking away 2. Considering the force up from Sangal Esports, they will be stuck onto an eco for this round. So great opportunity for the side of Enterprise to take away round number 3 there. In the meantime, though, it is going to be the replay coming through as well. Big shout out to our production team for bringing all the replays before us and all of our observation action. Big shout out to them for that one. Regardless, looks like the T's are actually going to force it up here. They can afford a couple of rifles there, a few pistols, a bit of util, so it's not the worst setup from them. We'll see how it shapes up in the grand scheme of things, though, as they do push their way towards T lower. They hear the CT pouncing around before them. They're not going to actually capitalize until now. They find 1 kill. Canary strikes back, though. Great couple of kills coming through for him. Corey going to try and find one back as well. Does actually locate it. Canary is gone. Sprung to follow as well, however, and Corey, Elive, does manage to feel the heat there. Will now take us to a 1-on-3 situation for QB here, who's only going to have the Deagle, the Molly, and the Smoke to play with at this stage. Pushing towards that Cat position from T-Ramp. They may be face-to-face with Mixu here. We'll see what they can find, though. Looks like Mixu is going to be able to take it down a QB. And so, 3 rounds in a row now going the way of Enterprise. And considering the force up, Sangal Esports just going to be stuck back down to a further eco round. We'll see what they can come up with off this one, but it's already looking difficult. Looks like Sangal Esports just going to buy up once again, though. looking to get the upgraded pistols. Seems they don't want to save it all here. Just want to really try and run it through. They got the loss bonus anyway, so definitely can understand it. See what comes from it though. Looks like they're going to be pushing forward. Does get taken down by Soulfly. So a great start for the T side. Already landing an M4 behind them. Might be able to do some further damage with that one. We'll see what does come up from this one, however. Looks like Blitz is going to be able to tear down a couple of players there. A few more looking to come in through towards the site. Just holding steady in that church position. One already falling down. Sensei finding Blitz, though, is a good response. Retaliation there. Now the T's are just going to be isolated, stuck towards that T lower position. Ready to push up the ramp, potentially onto the site there. They do have Canary to deal with the M4A4, however. The Alive is trying to get behind them. Does actually get shut down. The aggression not paying off, leaving us now in a 2-on-2 situation. T's trying to capitalize, pushing through towards the site there. Alas, they will not be able to find anything further. Bomb is going to go down now. We'll see if Sensei will be able to capitalize here. Nope, not going to happen. Bomb goes down, but the round goes down with it. So it will be now. Enterprise taking away another round in their favor here. Looking as strong as ever. We'll see if they're going to be able to continue on this power trip. Shout out to production once again for providing us the replays, guys. Much love for our production team. And we'll see exactly what's going to come through from this one. Obviously, a few pretty decent kills coming through from both sides there, but there's still more to be done. Sangal Esports at long last will be on to a buy round now, though, with the loss bonus and the bomb plant behind them. They can come and strike back with confidence. They got plenty of utility to play with as well. You can definitely see that they got the head in the game now. This could be their moment to find that redemption they've been desperately searching for. In the meantime, though, we do see the T's venturing towards the A site, trying to see if they can figure anything out here. No one going to be letting them get close enough, however, as yet. They're still just waiting down the clock here. They've got Mangus to deal with just towards the back of the site as well. Holding patiently right through towards connector there. And they do actually have an idea where the T's are coming from now with a bit of fire. They know what could transpire here. Nixu just going to be holding a middle as well. The T's, they managed to get out basically for free, not before Mangus has a thing to say about it, though. Does barely manage to fall back. Nixu going to be able to back it up with the off shot. He's going down one after the other here. They're being singled out, isolated by the CTs right now. Sangal Esports, they had great ideas in practice, but unfortunately, they've become unraveled. Luckily for Corey, though, Mangus does find the receiving end of their bullet, and so it will be one kill found, making it a second. Nixu going down there. A good start for the T side. Might even be able to pick up an AWP, perhaps, off the fallen body of Nixu there. We'll see if the Alive will be able to figure it out, though. Try and find them through this one. He does find the first headshot, lining up for the second. It's Headshot City. And they will be able to take away 5 rounds in a row for Enterprise. Shout out to production once again for the replays of the round. You'll love to see all this wonderful Counter-Strike action. Definitely seen the round to close out there to that Alive as well. Sangal Esports, they looked good. They definitely had a promise coming into that one. They got a little closer than they had previously, but unfortunately, it all came to naught. At least they've got the bonus from the loss bonus there, so they should be able to get a pretty confident buy-through. Looks like most of them are just going to be picking up the AKs. We've got a couple of Galils. Not too shabby, to say the least. We'll see how they do respond to the CTs, though, considering Nixu is still going to be donning that AWP and has been an absolute menace towards any rogue lurking as T's. See what will come of this, though. CT is just going to be flowing steadily through towards their default positions at the moment. Looking to take a bit of middle control early on, alongside that B side control. just to try and stop any early rush potential from the T side here. They can afford to give the A side, considering they know the T's don't have enough time to really rush straight through towards that one. They can easily respond either through from Donut, from middle, or otherwise from that temple position towards the back of the site as well. Looks like for the moment, though, T's are still just trying to wait out utility, try and figure out exactly what their objective is here. They have a couple of CTs to deal with close by in church as well. Now that the smoke's dissipated, they might just have the vision they need to go for something substantial here. Pushing the Molotov through, trying to isolate position. Smoke as well. Singles out one player. Canary's still going to be good for it, though. Does find one kill. Looking for a second is Blitz, but he's actually going to be caught through the smoke there. Skrunk coming in clutch, does manage to get away with it on 9 HP. Now Corey's looking to venture into the back lines as well. Just find a TT or two, but it looks like they're going to be trading out each other now. Still in favor of the T side right now. Seems that Slow and Steady is certainly winning the race for Sangal Esports. Enterprise are still going to be in it to try and win it, though. They've got a bit of utility to play with. The T's can't really say the same. They've got nothing behind them. Only play for the aim duels here. Flashbang to come through, though, just before it pops. Mangus goes down. It's all on Nixu now. 1-on-3 with the AWP. I don't like those chances. Might be able to come away with at least one more kill, but when these players are lined up together, maybe not. Tries to go for the no-scope. All going to be for naught there. Enterprise, at long last, finally lose a round, and Sangal Esports get their first on the board. So seeing a bit of a replay as to how things showed up coming into that one. Obviously, a bit of a recipe for disaster. The unfortunate stuff coming through for the Enterprise side there, but alas, Sangal Esports, they're going to be feeling absolutely chuffed after that one. We'll see if they're going to bring that confidence straight through into this round as well. Looks like the CTs are already taking that early middle control. One of them just sitting patiently outside that cat position, ready and waiting for any rogue lurking Ts who might push through towards triple or Xbox perhaps. They're all just going to be lurking towards the T lower position at the moment, though. Just waiting to see if any of the CTs are going to push through towards them. The live might actually be met by two players in just a moment. They're waiting patiently around the corner. Utility to come through. He tries to peek off of it. Not going to get it. Great usage of the incendiary there to cover his escape. Corey and co push through it, though, but it's not going to matter. He's made his statement. He's managed to damage both players down slightly. Could work wonders in the long run there. Looks like the T is still just going to try and work things through towards this site at the moment. Just see if they can figure something out here on the B site. There's only going to be that one player in 30 live through towards the donut position covering the A site now. Things are still pretty good for them. Just need to stay alive here. Pressure's going to build for the live as they get closer and closer. 3 players start to build. A 4th shortly on the way. They're coming around the corner. He's found one. Surely looks for the second. He gets it. There's even more to come. Rob in the front. The live finds it. Scrum finally able to get the response. Kill comes through. It's down to a 4-on-2 here. T's trying to push through the main position. Up towards the A site right now. Sensei leading. AWP in hand, might be able to put a man in the sand down towards the flat position. But no, time has ran out here. They've realized it's all for naught at this point. They have to litivulate to retain those weapons into round number 8 here. And we'll see if those weapons will come to their benefit. Great little spray down coming through from Nutty Live there. Able to take it down an impressive 3 players in total before finally having to reload and getting shut down. Huge impact coming through from Nutty Live there. And we'll see if they might be able to continue to thrive coming forward in this one. As we do have He's still going to be confident on their buys. Luckily, retaining those weapons did allow them to buy for their teammates, get some util through. It's not the worst outcome. Looks like this time, however, T's are going to be pushing through towards the A site, leaving a single player in Skrunk to lurk through towards the B site. Not the worst decision from them. Looks like they only have Dutty Live to deal with, holding towards the back of the site right now. Teammates not really that close, so if they overwhelm him, they might just be able to make it happen here. They're certainly trying to scope him out right now, though. Sensei going to be shut down immediately. The Alive is trying to get a little bit more damage through. Catches a lot onto the T's there. Great grenade placement. Even spotting another one trying to run on through. Mangus actually going to be on the receiving end of an elevated player there. Under that boost position. Scrunk on the lurk going to go down, though. T's realize they're going to need to commit to this potentially. They've got 52 seconds to go, though. Could just run it back to A, but then again, maybe not. Nixu comes through, takes down Soulfly. The rest seem to fall into place as well. Nixu, good for another, finally shut down. It's all on Corey now. 1-3 situation, and Corey crumbles. 7th round secured by Enterprise. See what does come through from this one. Looks like Sangal Esports actually going to be bringing in some upgraded pistols this time. Looking to bring the MAC-10 into the mix as well. Not too bad. They've got util to play with as well, so I respect this buy from them. They're playing strategically here. They're not looking to do the most, but they can at least set something up, even despite their disadvantaged weapons here. They're even watching for the CT pushes through Church as well. Like, they've got a bit of fire there just to stop an early rush, because they know what the CTs are capable of. They realize they're going to be aware of their economy, already taking advantage. That fire only delaying the inevitable, it would seem, as Matisse does take down multiple players. But Blitz will be coming in as well. So it's going to be good for one there for Scrunk. Taking away an AK out of the round, leaving him in a 1-on-3 situation. Could even just opt to save this one through for the next one, but then again, their economy not going to be too fussed by it. They should be able to get a buy into the next one, potentially. May just have to force an eco, though, so retaining this AK could be beneficial. We'll see what outcome they come up with. The CTs, though, they can't really afford to go hunting too aggressively either, considering their own economy is at not the worst, not the best status at the moment, considering that most of them only just above 1,000. Now that they win the round, though, that's going to recover quite nicely. Yeah, as you see, Scrunk goes down. Doesn't matter too much, considering the T's still got that max loss bonus, so they should be able to get a confident buy through to this round as well. Looks like there is actually going to be a pause to come through now, however, on the Sangal Esports side. I think that it's honestly necessary at this point, because Enterprise, they're just able to rain down thunder through onto these players. Like Sangal Esports, they've found their fair share of struggles in this first half. It seems that Enterprise just have their number at this point. Looks like the pause will be coming undone rather shortly, though. So Sangal Esports might be able to take this time just to really rethink their strategy coming forward. And then look to give it their best. Pushing on into round number 10 here, guys. They are actually going to push Sensei onto the AWP this time, bringing out the AKs as well as a pretty decent amount of utility behind them. So it's not the worst. See what comes through into this round, though. Looks like the CTs are going to be prepared as well, pushing pretty aggressively down through towards top middle. Just going to hold steadily through in Donut, though, as well as into that house position. T's, they've taken point through towards the B site right now, just lurking around the upper T position, as well as through T lower. So it's just going to be the battle of utility initially. Once all of that dissipates, though, just like that smoke, activated just at the wrong time for the Live there, as they will be taken down by a single tap to the dome. That will now result in a 4-on-5 situation here. Sangal Esports netting an advantage. Still got plenty of time to play with, though, so they're trying to single out at least maybe one more player, and they've done it. Corey in the house says goodbye. Mixu's able to find a trade back on a QB, but gets traded back in kind. It's all falling apart for Enterprise right now. Corey holding its point. Does manage to get the shot through onto Matisse there. Surely they can find a little more. Their teammates trying to get to the floor there, trying to support them. Not going to get there in time, though. So Corey will be shut down eventually. Matisse in a 1-on-3. Scrunk around the corner, holding the angle. Does manage to strangle through with the round, taking away the second round for Sangal Esports. So seemingly, the pause was all beneficial for the side of Sangal Esports, as they have managed to refocus and get their head back in the game here. Enterprise, though, still going to be up 8-2 at this point. So no matter what, they will win the half. By how many rounds is going to be decided. Pushing further into this series, guys. Looks like the CTs are going to have to play a little more passively in this one, considering they're just stuck down to pistols. Do at least have some utility to cut off the Ts early on, though. See what will come of this, however. Skrunk is going to be holding that church position, waiting to see if any CTs are going to be trying to boost their way through, but no one's game enough to actually push them here. Looks like they're actually going to set up some utility to try and burn them out of position as well. Ooh, does actually affect them. They've heard the fire. They're going for the spray. They say goodbye, not today. Great little setup there. You can see that they've practiced those lineups, and it nets results for them. They're able to take out both of the players towards the B site and can easily go for the plant there. They're just not sure if it's completely clear yet, though. The information is being presented to them on a platter now, however. Nixu goes down. And it will now all be onto Mangus and Elive there. Mangus has fallen. It's all onto the Elive. He finds the one tap. So could steal a weapon off the fallen corpse of the T there. Potentially bring that into the next round. And AK certainly could make some waves there for Enterprise. Put them on the road to recovery. Not going to go for it at this point, though. Maybe just a bit afraid if he goes for the weapon. There's going to be a T waiting around the corner, ready to shoot him. Little does he know, there's already a T waiting around the corner, pushing right towards his position right now. He doesn't even know it. Soulfly catches him off guard. That will be Sangal Esports taking away a third round in their favor. So things are certainly looking a lot better now, guys. A quick shout out to our sponsor once again in Plasma, as well as our other sponsor this evening for Coin Motion. Exclamation mark Plasma in the chat and exclamation mark Coin Motion if you want more information. And also exclamation mark giveaway, guys, if you're interested in that one. Regardless, let's get back into it. Sangal Esports going to be venturing their way through towards the B site right now through T lower. Trying to see if they can find anything early on here. Grenade will be put through in response by Blitz. Great damage dealt to Soulfly and QB there. Looks like the T's don't care, though. They're just going to push straight past them. The T's finds one back, however, looking for another. Not going to be able to land it. The T's managed to brute force their way onto the site. Little do they know, though, that Elive is still going to be around at the church position. They got a couple in the alley as well. These at least have overwhelmed their way onto the side. Oh, the Elive has given away his position now. They know where he's playing from. Can't afford to stay where he is anymore. If he stays any longer in the cave, he will be shaved off the site there. 3-on-4 situation for the CTs is not the most ideal scenario for them. Honestly, if they go for this, it could prove to be their detriment. If they lose out the round here, who knows what could happen, honestly. Skrunk still going to be holding closely to their position in the middle, however, as they do push through Xbox. Waiting to see what kind of station they're going to be playing there. It looks like no one's going to meet face-to-face for the rest of this round. Most of the CTs just going to save it out, look to try and recover into the next one. Maybe have to buy for a teammate. Maybe we see Matisse as well as Blitz just bring their pistols through. Maybe an upgraded weapon, who knows. But we'll find out soon because they're going to a pause right now. Trying to see exactly what they will manage to bring further into this game here. They're just going to wait for their perfect opportunity. Certainly seen some great results as a result of a pause in our previous series. We saw Eternal Fire be able to really just to bring themselves to their greatest form after a pause. And the same can be said of Berserker. But we'll see what will actually come, or Berserk rather. We'll see what will come through from this one though. Because Sangal Esports had a pause earlier in the match and then they were able to completely switch on. So maybe now we see Enterprise put their thinking caps on as well, guys. Regardless, we get back into this one. Yubi and Co are going to be waiting outside the cap position right now. CT is getting closer and closer as well. Looking to push up, actually. Ooh, almost getting a shot through towards T lower there. That could have been a nice opener for the C tiers, but alas, we will see. Players live to fight another day here. In the meantime, however, the T's are trying to venture through towards the Hall's position. As we do see Sensei donning the orb in the side hall. Waiting to see if he can spot anyone on the side. He spotted Mangus. Mangus is forced to fall back through towards the temple now. Does at least manage to push a smoke through to delay the attack here. And as a result, we do see the T's regrouping through towards that middle position. Ready to set up a play, perhaps. They've still got their lurk player through just outside of that ramp position as well. Looks like Soulfly did actually find an opening there. Blitz going to be able to find a kill back, however. AWP going their way. So Blitz definitely going to be satisfied with that one. Alive down in Donut again. We saw what he did in this position before. Can he make magic happen again? The T's, they're stacked up. They're ready for it. They're pushing him. One goes down. Mangus supports. They're alive. Able to take down another. Surely not. Yes, it happens again. Another 3K from the Alive down in the Donut position. All this man Krispy Kreme because he is absolutely having a treat with the donuts right now. The Alive is thriving here. Thank you again to our production team. I'm bringing you our wonderful replays here. The Alive going absolutely crazy right now. You can see he's mastered that position. Does put a bit of wind back in the sails of Enterprise there. In Sangal Esports, they want to take advantage of this, steal that momentum straight back in their favor. Sensei does get the early spot onto Blitz there. Unfortunately, the slow peak not going to be the right choice this time. Does net the T's the early man advantage. Can easily play off of that one, considering the defenses are going to be laying a little bit thinner now. They can't afford to have as much coverage as they did previously. Looks like in the meantime, the T's have managed to get some traction through towards the A site, as a matter of fact. But Corey will go down in middle in the interim. So now it's going to be a stalemate once again, even playing field here. He's looking to see what more damage they can do. Nixu is actually taking down one. Matisse onto another. Two T's remain. One in middle, one pushed up through long. Ready to get something happening through towards this A site. They don't have the bomb with them either, though, and it looks like it's all going to be for naught. The site's controls going back now to Mangus. It's all on Sensei with this AWP. Not too much money behind him either. So I wouldn't put it past Sensei here to even just go for the save. Considering he has 4 players he needs to contend with, doesn't have the bomb, 30 seconds to go. It's a bit of a rough situation for him right now. If he can bring the AWP into future rounds, like there's only going to be one more round in the half. If he brings that AWP into it, that's at least a little bit more confidence they can play with. And considering that most of their money is relatively okay, maybe he can buy for a teammate too. Who knows? Still just going to be alive and kicking through towards Donut, though. No one venturing close enough to actually locate him. You can hear the steps around him. But alas, no one's going to be able to find him in this game of hide and seek right now, so he is the victor. And it will allow Sangal Esports a little bit more traction coming through into round number 15 here. Will we see a 10-5 scoreline? There it is. The early setup as well. Or will we see 11-4 here? Eager to find out the answer, heading straight into this round now. As the T's are stacked up as much as they can be. One going to be stuck on the Galil, but the rest on 8Ks with a pretty good amount of utility. So it's not the worst case scenario here. Looks like the T's are trying to make it so for the CTs now find their own worst case scenario. As one does manage to venture through towards that church position. CT is going to be ready and waiting in cave though. Skrunk just needs to hold tight right now. If any CTs push forward, he's lined up, ready to get the shots through. He's got support of his teammate though, but it looks like it doesn't matter. Matisse gets the kill there and will start things strong for the CT side. Only going to be 3 T's remaining as Mangus finds the AWP shot on Nakori. It's all falling apart piece by piece here. The T's starting to rekindle themselves, though. Do have most of them through towards the T upper and lower positions. Could potentially venture through church. Have another attempt at this site where their teammates fell. They can look to rise up and try again here. They have 3 potential enemies they need to deal with at this point. Nixu, as well as Blitz and Matisse. Looks like Nixu is getting closer and closer to the T's right now, though, just scouting out the site. Does have Blitz holding that cave angle, though. But it looks like they've got another T they have to contend with, holding just outside of that church position. Setting up utility right now. Will actually push Blitz out of position. Nixu going to be actually finding the opening kill. Looking for another. Doesn't realize Sensei's come through. And now it's Blitz to try and recover. Does actually catch them off guard. And that is going to be the half, everybody. Enterprise, take it away. 11-4. My gosh. What a way to start off the game there. Very confident half there from Enterprise. We saw some great traction from Sangal, but no. Enterprise, they come back and strike while the iron is hot. Definitely eager to see. But we are just going to go to a short commercial break, guys, whilst we get this second half set up. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the HCG Masters Tournament Season 1, guys. A great start to the night. Obviously, we do see Enterprise coming up against Sangal now. A dominant first half from Enterprise on their CT side, taking it away 11-4. Is going to be a rough endeavor for the side of Sangal, pushing forward into the second one. But maybe if they can find some of the magic we did see Enterprise take through towards their own CT half, who knows what could happen. I'm certainly excited to see if maybe they can strike back, keep this one a close one, or whether we see Enterprise continue to display the same confidence that we've seen all throughout this series so far. Considering you see the players just line up the shots, really impressed with how things have shaped up so far. Obviously, Nixu making a really huge impact with that AWP on the Enterprise side there, as well as the Alive through towards the Enterprise side. Certainly making huge waves there. 2 triple kills in Donut. But they're not the only players who've been making waves. Sensei for Sangal. Damn, son. Always able to make some statements as well. Corey, that's one name that comes to mind. Let's see if they can live up to their names right now, though, as we push into the second half here, guys. We've got 1 CT on the Sangal side, holding through towards the first lane position right now. Just waiting to see if any of these T's are going to come through. Soulflay, here's the utility, here's the step. Surely they can get a teammate. Oh, they're shooting the planter. They don't actually take down Nixu, though. Oh, that could have been so impactful, but alas, doesn't matter. They found a kill. They might find another one back. Who knows? That Alive, though, does find 1, making it 2 back. Alongside their teammate there in Blitz. They're spotting the CTs trying to push through the lanes right now, trying to push through the back alley. That Eli finding another one. 3, making it 4 kills in this round. Oh my gosh, he is absolutely crushing it here tonight on this first map of Ancient. And starts off with a dominant cheer, as we do see Enterprise take away the pistol round there. Sangal Esports going to be pushed into a force buy in this next one. We'll see what they can come up with as a result, though. Loving the replays here as well, just seeing what it's like on the receiving end of those kills there. Looks like we do have the CPs looking to push through that church position right now, though. They're already tucked away in the corner, ready for the potential push from the T's. If they hold those close positions, who knows what they find? And they find gold. Corey finding 2 kills. Responding back is the T side, though. Taking down the B side players. Do leave them laid out right there. So they will be able to set up the plant, but Considering the two T players have gone down, who knows? These CTs might be able to find a gun or two in middle. There's one. QB picks it up. Corey not going to be close enough for it, though. Just going to go for raw deagle play here. See if they play together or go alone. Looks like Corey's going alone this time and gets zoned out immediately. QB just going to opt to save out this time, keep the AK, push it into the next round, and see if they can provide a much more healthy outcome after that one. I can definitely respect it, considering they forced into the round. Coming out of it with an AK as opposed to like the pistols and submachine guns, that's not bad. That's really good stuff coming through from the Sangal guys in terms of their decision-making, but in the meantime, Enterprise one step closer towards potential victory here on map number 1. And this was a fantastic start to the round as well. Like, Corey lining up those 2 kills was huge for Sangal. It's unfortunate. They couldn't capitalize any further, though, considering the Enterprise players, where they did find struggles on one side of the map, on the other side, they remained ever fierce. Did manage to take complete control of that B site there. Going into this one, though, we do see Sangal actually forcing it up once again here, bringing out a couple of MP9s rather, a couple of rifles. Not going to do what they can. Amanga's going to be the one to start it off, though. Corey's gone. Not going to be able to find the same kind of traction they did in that last round. Juby looking to hold this side, though. Does find a couple of kills there. Nice little spray down, making it 3. Blitz. Nice response there. Damage has already been done, though, and Sensei cleans it up. It's all on Mangus now. 15 HP and a dream. Will he be able to make it happen? Bomb going to be laid out on the site there. They're not going to be able to go for it unless they can kill every single one of them. Mangus is just playing patiently here. Realizes what's before them right now. CTs, they're getting a bit eager as well. They're getting really close to this long position. Ooh. Not close enough, however. They actually divide their attention like this. It could create an opening for Mangus here. We'll see what plays out, though. One's still going to be on that flat position. Mangus starting to peek out wider and wider. Does get spotted. Skrunk will be able to find it in the end there. So what could have been will eventually turn into a round back for Sangal Esports. Their first of the half here. It could indeed be the first of many. We'll see what happens, though. What will ensue coming out of this one? Great outcome for Sangal as well is that Enterprise are going to be stuck onto the eco round now. So we'll see what actually will come out from them after this one. It's a great opportunity for Sangal to strike back, take the round deficit from multiple rounds here to only about 7 or 6 rounds eventually. Obviously, Corey going to start off strong, though. Does take down Matisse there. Going to see if they can find anyone else as well, but it's good that they're playing this one patiently. Not looking to do anything too brazenly here. They're just singling them out one by one, isolating those players. They will be able to just go with a clean slate to round number 20 now. We do see potential further economic deficit from Enterprise, but no. Enterprise are actually just going to buy up here. In the meantime, we do have the replay coming onto your screens right now, everybody. And it seems that Enterprise, they can afford to buy here. And they're going to do just that. Picking up the 8Ks, a Galil, and a pretty decent amount of utility as they venture quickly towards the B site. Fire does cut some team members off from one another, but it isn't enough to stop them from putting themselves in positions to prepare for a side take. These are taking it nice and slowly now. Just waiting for that CT utility to come on through. The CTs know that they're trying to make some plans. They're scheming right now. They don't know exactly where it's going to be, though. All these noises could just be a distraction. It could be the other side of the map. They're thinking about a lot. CTs will be burnt out of the cave position, though, so this does create a slight opening, but in turn, it creates an opening for the CTs. They capitalize, taking down one. Oh, good for the second eventually. We'll lose one in the crossfires there. He's now going to be at a slight disadvantage here. CT's trying to capitalize, see if they can push through cave, potentially take advantage of that one. Little do they realize just how close they truly are right now, though. Sensei has been spotted on the side. One more, two more. As a matter of fact, say goodnight, and it's all going to be on Mangus now. Trying to see if they can find anything else in the round. They spot one towards middle. The headshot going to come through from Corey. Seemingly the cover too beneficial for Corey there. And they will be able to take a 7th round now in favor of Sangal Esports. And that is going to put Enterprise onto another eco round. So, things looking a little bit scary for the side of Enterprise now. Luckily, they built solid foundation into that first half, but it can only last them so long here. See what will actually come resulting, though. So we do push through right towards this upcoming round here. He's already taken a slight amount of damage from a bit of fire, but it's not going to be enough to keep them down and out at this point. Looks like the CTs are just playing their default setup, one towards middle. They got one towards that cave position there, just waiting for the Ts to peek on through. Looks like they have played peekaboo. And Mangus and Blitz are going to be the ones that have been seen first. Does leave it all down to Matisse and Co. He does find one kill through. Nicely flowed together there, but it's all going to be on to that Alive now. 1-on-4 situation. He's been spotted by the CTs as well. Just needs to hold on for dear life at this point. It looks like he's going to do just that. Just play the waiting game. Through towards that T lower position. Does get spotted eventually, though. His patience wears thin, and Corey turns him into ash there. And does secure an 8th round for the side of Sangal Esports now. Getting closer and closer to their opponents. Only 5 rounds between them now. Enterprise need to figure out some kind of counter strategy here. They need to find an answer to get at least a couple more rounds under their belt, because otherwise Sangal might just be able to achieve something we didn't think would be possible initially. We'll find out exactly what's going to shape up, though, as they do play aggressively early on there, putting the fire through towards the cap position so they can set themselves up neatly just towards the triple box. I like this boost as well. Look at that, going for the headshot towards Nixu there. Won't be able to get it. At least we'll be able to deal a significant amount of damage, though. Blitz going to be caught trying to push Cat as well by Sensei. So a great start there for the Sangal Esports side. Still need to find many more things, though, as they press further into this one. Looks like they've got a player tucked away in the donut position as well. The position that Alive thrived earlier. Corey's time to take the torch. Does find one kill. QB onto a couple more. Leaving it on Mangus once again here. Pushing through towards the A side right now. But it all gets slaughtered. Sangal Esports taking it away. Only a 4-round deficit now. Enterprise going to be onto that maximum loss bonus. Can't afford too much, unfortunately, though. We'll just be stuck onto the pistols here. We'll see if the pistols will be enough to at least get them perhaps a weapon or two pressing on into this upcoming round, or whether they're just going to run it back and go next into their next full buy. See if they can find that form of glory once again here. Already setting up a bit of utility, looking to push aggressively through middle. Are going to cop a grenade to the face in the meantime, and Corey's just going to completely mow through them there. It's all going to be an absolute whitewash. Soulfly does manage to catch the last kill in the end as well, so Enterprise will be cleaned off that round. And now press on into round number 24. We do see Enterprise on the full buy once again here. Nice little spray down from Corey as well. But let's see how Enterprise respond to this one. They've got Nixu on the AWP again. Everyone else on the 8K is great utility. Looking to work towards B here. They've got one player lurking towards that cap position. Could be a good distraction. See what they can find, though. That Alive, he's so far forward. He's so aggressive with it. He actually catches Scrunk. A great start there. They're getting a peek through from Soulfly. It's all working out for them now. 3 players remain. The defenses are wearing thin at this point. It seems the Ts, they're thinking of other options here. Trying to see if they can scope out the church position, perhaps work towards middle and the A side instead. Already got Mangus slowly but surely working to the outer's position into the halls. See if they can work A. In the meantime, though, they've lost that alive. He could be a key piece to their puzzle. He could be needed. We'll see if they have enough left to dismantle this site, though. In the meantime, Matisse getting spotted, trying to tread into the smoke there. Does now even it up, 3-on-3. Sensei's ready for this push as well. They've actually spotted him, though. He's forced back. Gumi going to be ready from Donut, trying to push around the corner. Nobody going to be peeking into him, though. Matisse, the time is slowly running out. Gumi does spot one, looking for another. He gets flashed. Mangus, good for the trade there. Mangus gets another, but Tente, oh my word! He closes it out with a collateral kill in the end. And Sangal Esports, against all odds, will be able to steal a round in their favor. 13-11 now, only 2 between them. Shout out to production once again for our wonderful replays, as well as to our sponsors this day with Plasma and our other sponsor in Coin Motion. Already starting off quite hastily though. Enterprise are just trying to see if they can get a kill, and in fact, speak of it, and it will happen. Nixu takes down Corey there. Gonna see if they can find anyone else off that one. CT's Rosonda back in retaliation, and with a grenade. Does shave off a little bit of damage, but not enough to take them out of the game as yet. Looks like in the meantime, Matisse is lurking through towards that A site as well. So they might actually find a great distraction there in order to set up a bomb plant. Because Matisse is like right onto the site. In the meantime, the CTs, they're working on a flank right now. Like this could be great opportunity for the T's. They just don't know it yet. They have no idea. Ooh, Matisse's peak right now. Ooh, no. Hasn't made them hesitate. This is all working wonders for the CT side right now. Enterprise seemingly playing a little bit too slowly there. If they just engaged onto the site, who knows what could have been. But Sangal Esports do manage to initiate the flank, get the kills they need, and clean up the round, taking us now only a 1-round difference between these teams. Absolutely incredible stuff. Enterprise only taking 2 rounds in the half so far. Starting off strongly in that one, but just not able to back it up towards the end there. And so, we'll see. Now a full buy to come through from Enterprise again. The pressure is certainly starting to build here. And it looks like a Molotov has actually killed a Blitz there early on. So a great start from the CT side. Still need to find a little bit more out of this one, though. We'll see exactly what's going to result here. Nixu looking to push up towards the site right now, just holding steady. Waiting for the opportunity to find something. Sensei's prepared as well. He knows what could be lurking around the corner. He's watching for this box boost. He knows it could be either angle. The timing could be critical here. If he's looking at one angle over the other, it could be critical. But no, he's missed the shot. Sensei's forced to back off now towards the first lane position. Soulfly can hold the close angle towards the site, though. Does have Strunk to support him. Sensei and Soulfly go down to Matisse, however. And now the T's, they've flashed out Scrunk. Will be able to push on to the site. They don't know where he is, though. And this gives opportunity for the rest of the CTs to get onto the site. There we go. They get there quick enough. Stop the plant. Stop all the players. And it will be now a tied game, 13-13 from 11-4. Sangal Esports, they hit the ground running. This could be their moment to push even further beyond. We'll see what will entail out of these rounds right now, as we do push straight into round number 27 now. Enterprise is going to be stuck on their eco here. Their opportunities are dwindling, but Strunk is dwindling their forces. Not for long, though. Blitz quickly shuts him down. Soulfly there to shut down some more. It's all going to be down to Mangus and Duffy live right now. If they can at least get the bomb down. It's all they need here. Just a bomb plant. Not going to happen for them, unfortunately, though. Soulfly and co do manage to push through towards all the T's, overwhelming them. And now, all that Sangal Esports needs is 2 rounds, as they have taken the lead. We will see. Just a little preview, or rather, a little review of what we saw in the last round there. Some great kills from the CTs in order to clean things up. Now it is going to be the T's trying to venture towards middle, already taking so much utility damage from the incendiary grenades there, as well as the highly explosive grenade. Now they're trying to scope it out from a different angle, though. Making us down to 6 HP could be a bit worrisome, but still pushing through with it. Corey's gone down, and that's the bomb. That is the bomb handed to Sangal. No, that is a dreadful outcome for Enterprise. The bomb carrier seemingly peeking into enemy line. Oh, this is the worst case scenario for Enterprise right now. Unless they can manage to crash past these two players holding towards the top and middle there, even potentially a third player in the donut position. This could be curtains on the round, and that could mean a Sangal could be on map point. Maybe not, though. Sensei's gone down. This is a great opening. They still have some time to play with here. They just need to work together at this point. They can get the bomb back. This would be amazing. They're actually going to smoke it out. Oh, they know where one of the CTs is. Around that corner, they're not going to be able to isolate him, though. The Alive does, however, but not for long. Corey coming in clutch, cleaning house. And it will be Sangal Esports taking us now to map point. Great little replay coming at ya as well. Some fantastic kills from that house position. That early kill, like losing the bomb carrier towards that top and middle house position. Oh, it just was a recipe for disaster for Enterprise, honestly. As a result, now Enterprise are going to have to play for OT. OT or nothing. Already taking jabs from their oppressors. Great utility usage from Sangal Esports there. Even pressing it further. They do spot some players trying to hold through towards that church position. Forced to back out, however. Towards T upper and T lower positions. But they're already so low on the HP scales. In fact, they've already lost a player, as a matter of fact. Hiding behind the thin scaffolding will not save you. Seems you will be dead where you stand. So 4 players remain now. 4 players between Sangal Esports and map 1, everybody. The pressure is on for Enterprise right now. They need to find a kill back. They need to find some traction onto a side. Otherwise, this is going to be it. We go to Mirage. We go next. See if they can figure something out. CT is getting impatient. Skrunk's gone down. This is an open by the T's here. They don't have much utility, but they at least might be able to do something. Maneuver their way through it. 1 flashbang, 2 smokes. Surely they can make something happen with that. At least to get a plant down. Or try and get an opening into the site. They've already started to set up their smokes now. 3 CTs they need to look out for, though. This could be dangerous, but with both lanes smoked off, it could be easier. Soulfly around the corner, though, peeks into them, goes for the triple spray down, and gets it! It's all going to be on Nixu now. 1 versus 4 situation, but Soulfly seemingly nailing the nail into the coffin. Takes it away with a 4-piece. In fact, no, an ace into the final round of the game there. And Sangal Esports will be able to take away map number 1 on Ancient. What an absolute thriller of a map there. Seemingly reversing the result all the way down 11-4 at halftime, and they bring it back 16-13. Absolutely enthralled in that situation. That was fantastic. Come through from the Sangal Esports side there. Definitely eager to see who's going to be able to take away the result. Coming through towards the next map, or potentially maps of this series, because I'm sure Enterprise, they're going to be angry after that last one. They are going to be out for blood, and we'll see exactly what happens. But regardless, guys, once we get the second map set up, we are just going to go through some highlights, so we'll see you soon.
baby, say one, say one. Carry them bad girl, I was into a whole mess. But you, shorty, you make me feel like the dark. Yeah, that's on me. I want, feel the heat of love with the rum. Yeah, yeah, I wanna fly you up, oh, baby, say one, say one. I wanna run waves like carry them bad girl, bad girl. I wanna fly you up, oh, baby, say one, say one. I wanna run waves like carry them bad girl, bad girl. Oh, baby, say one, say one. Carry them bad girl, bad girl. Oh, baby, say one, say one. I wanna fly with you, oh, baby, say one, say one. I wanna run waves like carry them bad girl, bad girl. I wanna fly with you, oh, baby, say one, say one. I wanna run waves like carry them bad girl, yeah. I wanna fly with you, oh, baby, say one, say one, yeah. I wanna run waves like carry them bad girl, yeah. I wanna fly with you, oh, baby, say one, yeah. I wanna run waves like carry them bad girl, I wanna fly with you, oh, baby, say one. I wanna run waves like carry them bad girl. I wanna fly with you, oh, baby, say one. Yeah, I wanna run waves like carry them bad girl, yeah. I wanna fly with you, oh, baby, say one, say one. I wanna run waves like carry them bad girl, I wanna fly with you, oh, baby, say one, say one. I wanna run waves like carry them bad girl, bad girl. Oh, baby, say one, say one. Carry them bad girl, bad girl. Oh, baby, say one, say one. Carry them bad girl, bad girl.
Welcome back to the HCG Masters Tournament Season 1, guys. We just finished up map number 1 of Enterprise versus Sangal Esports, and my gosh, what a thrilling affair it truly was. Starting out 11-4 in the first half in favor of Enterprise, And then Sangal Esports, soon as they hit that CT side, they just hit the ground running, managed to bring it back into a 16-13 endeavor in their favor, with their opponents only taking away 2 rounds on that second half. That is fantastic stuff to come through from Sangal Esports there. Despite starting at a detriment, they managed to come out on top. And we'll see if it is going to be a story of revenge, as we do have our second map of the night, obviously being Mirage, coming up. I'm very eager to see how that one's going to play out, considering that first map was absolutely fantastic. Completely enthralled by what we saw there. You know, you think of players like Nixu, you think of like just all kinds of things happening through in that series there, and I'm definitely eager to see what else is going to come through as well. But considering that Enterprise started on CT in that first map of the night on Ancient, we will see now the other side of the scale. We'll see Sangal actually start on CT side on Mirage. Now, Mirage is one of those maps where I feel like the sides don't really matter too much. Like, it's all just going to come down to, obviously, which, or how well you're able to play together in this one. And if you're able to find the right amount of pressure and really just work it to a T there. We'll see what does come of this one, though, as we do push straight in to map number 2 here of Mirage. I do want to say a quick shout out to our sponsors as well in Plasma, as well as our other sponsor in Coin Motion. If you want to find out more about them, type !Plasma or Coin Motion in the chat. We are running a giveaway as well, so type !Giveaway if you're interested in that one. Regardless, though, guys, we're going to be getting into the second map of the series of right now. It's going to be Enterprise on the T side, followed by Sangal Esports on the CT side. They're looking to do some deal already, just waiting for their perfect moment, trying to figure out exactly how they can get through this one. QB going to be holding through towards short at the moment, trying to figure out if they have any options here. No one going to be actually trying to keep track of them, however. Matisse does actually fall back there. Not before taking a bit of damage, however, but it seems Enterprise starting off strong will be able to take down Soulfly to begin things. Looking for a little bit more. Matisse comes in clutch, taking down Sensei. Blitz has fallen as a result, but still going to land an advantage in favor of Enterprise here. We're going to see what they can find. They've actually been baited completely off the A side, leaving an opening there. One of the T players to seemingly launch a flank play here, and there it is. We do see Maitzi taking it away. Another kill to come through there. Seemingly potential comeback story from the Enterprise players will be coming through here. Figure out exactly what's going to entail that, however, as we press further into the game. Looks like there's actually going to be a tech timeout coming through as well. So hopefully we do figure out the rest of that endeavor whilst we are waiting for this one. Obviously, we do have the replays pushing through as well right now, so things still going to be pretty chilled out. Seems Maitzi is going to be out of the server. Maybe they're trying to get their other player back in. Who knows? We'll figure it out, though. Seems that they can't actually play with Maitzi there, so maybe they'll come back onto the game soon. But yeah, we'll figure out exactly what's going to happen in the meantime. Regardless, good start from Enterprise there. You know, they lose out in that first map, 16-13. They come back strong on the pistol round. They do manage to find that first opening round there, so they can easily work off that to create some actionable outcomes. We'll see what does entail, though. But whilst we are waiting for these tech issues to resolve, we are just going to head to a quick pause screen, guys, whilst we await them to fix themselves. Thanks so much for bearing with us, and we'll be back in just a sec. Welcome back, everybody, to the HCG Masters Tournament. Season 1 here. We are back in action. Thank you so much for bearing with us there whilst we did resolve the unfortunate tech issues. We'll see what will entail out of this one, though, as we do have teams preparing themselves once again here in action. Blitz and Co on the Enterprise side, trying to see if they can maneuver their way a little bit further forward. Still trying to figure themselves out at this stage. Let's see what they can come up with, however. So they are just taking it nice and easy. After taking away round number 1, they can afford this patience. The CTs have forced their way up into this round, though. So it could be a little bit detrimental if they go for close engagements. Looks like, speaking of close engagements, the CTs are actually a little closer than they might realize. That your live goes down after taking down Skrunk. Great trade there from QB. See if they can find something else, though. QB desperately trying to find a kill. Does find the head decapitation from Matisse there. So it will be now a 4-on-3 situation, making it 2-on-3. 2-on-2 as a matter of fact. As the CTs managed to come in clutch, taking down multiple players. Sensei trying to find a player through the smoke, though, towards CT spawn. Not going to be able to do it as yet. Does at least give the position away, so the T's can prepare themselves. One towards Tetris, the other one holding the firebox. It's a nice little crossfire they've managed to establish for themselves here. We'll see what they can actually make happen as a result of this, though. Litzy does manage to push through. And it will be double kill coming through for Malitzi there. Great outcome for the Enterprise side, but there's still plenty of work to do, to say the least. And now, Sangal Esports, they're going to be stuck onto an eco round, considering they forced up in round number 2 there. So We'll have to see a little bit more from them. See if they can figure anything out, though. As they are just going to be holding patiently at this stage. At least for the Enterprise side, they can start off strong. Look to get even stronger as they press on into the games here on this day. Looks like they've only got the Deagles on the Sangal Esports side this time. Might be able to find a kill with them, though. In fact, there we go. Nice little trade kill coming through there from the CT. He's being sneaky with it. Blitz is going to be even sneakier, though, managing to creep their way up like a speed racer through towards short, finding one kill. Mangus is able to find one back, and it just seems that that's just going to be the round, as a matter of fact. That's just going to be it. So Enterprise will be able to take away round number 3 in their favor. Sangal Esports should be back on the rifles now. Should be able to prepare themselves for glory here. See what they can figure out, however. And it looks like now, Sangal Esports ready and waiting for action here. Enterprise, they've got their eyes on the prize here. Will be pushing their way through the T apartments at the moment. See if they can make their way towards the B apartments right now. No CT is going to be close by, except for Soulfly holding the van. The T's, they're just trying to spam straight past him. Smokes and flashes come through aplenty. In the meantime, Mangus goes down. Blitz to follow. The defense is just too strong. They've actually completely wiped them out. It's all down to Malitzi right now. And Malitzi will go down there. Enterprise lose their first round of the map here. Sangal Esports managed to hit the reset button on them. Let's see, it will be stuck now. Down to $2,000. Rest of their team are looking great and confident, but same can't be said for Malitzi there, but yes it can. Their teammates able to buy him an AK, so things are looking okay. Seems they have opted to go for the team play approach, not go for the AWP instead, and I think that's probably more beneficial. The more stacked up your team is, the better off you are going to be faring there. Looks like now, though, the T's have stacked up a 2-2-1 setup. Got a couple towards the T apartments, couple towards the middle, trying to see if they can make something happen there. And one just holding Palace for the time being. CT's got a lot of traction towards the underpass and or short position at the moment. They're just waiting for the T's to try and pull something here. It looks like the underpass player has at least found the opening kill. Won't be able to find much else for the time being. Corey, in fact, finds Blitz as well. Finding Matisse. It's all going wrong for Enterprise right now. Their players seemingly fall apart one after the other here. Leaving us now down to a 2-on-4 situation. Enterprise, they've got middle control. They can go anywhere on the map with that, but it's still just going to be difficult to actually push on to the respective sites, considering they have 2, maybe even 3 players laying in wait for them. Like if they push A right now, they're going to be walking into a death trap. There's one player in front of them in Scrunk holding that connector position. Then they got 2 players to worry about, one in jungle as well as ticket booth. If they go B right now, however, they only have Soulfly. They don't have enough time to think about it, though. They either save here or go for it. It's all going to come down to this. It looks like they've boosted up to the window. Corey's waiting for them, ready for them to edge through. He spots the player, doesn't get the kill, but he knows they're trying. Try as they might. It will be the end of their night, and Sangal Esports will take another round in their favor, leaving Enterprise now down to an economic deficit once again. As soon as they get 3 rounds, it seems that they're going to try and get 3 back in their favor for the Sangal Esports side. I'm loving this early response from them. You know, it's not just a one-sided affair in terms of Enterprise. Sangal Esports are certainly making them work for it. Could even tie things up this early into the game. We'll see what does play out, though, considering the T's mostly going to be stacked up towards the middle as well as the B apartments right now. Even that one lurk player in Palace could actually work out for them here. We'll see what does come of it, however. They're still just going to play for info plays at this point. Wait to see exactly what is going to be delivered to them on a steel platter right now. Matisse could find something, however, through towards middle. Or maybe not. Looks like the CTs are going to get the openings. Matisse finds one back, making it 2. Not going to be good for the third, though. Skrunk does manage to respond just in time. Otherwise, that could have been dangerous, to say the least there. We'll see what else will come out of this round, however. We do have the alive, last alive, and does take a dive in the end. And so it will be 3-3 now. Sangal Esports evening things up. They take 3 rounds each now. Really impressive Deagle play from Matisse there as well. Finding those 2 kills. Not able to find the third, unfortunately, but it could have been. That's what you think about that. What could have been there? Regardless, Enterprise is going to be back onto the buy round now, so a great chance for them to find a response here. We'll see if they can manage it. They do press into this one. Mangus already taken down to 56 HP. QB on 57, though, so great HP trades, and it looks like it's going to be a kill found by Malitzi there. Looking for another one, has Orb in hand, but Tease finds it, and there it is. The A site completely broken apart there. And a perfect opportunity for a plant comes in favor of Enterprise. They will be able to get that bomb planted straight down. Sensei and Co just going to be holding steady for the time being, though. Waiting to see if anyone else will venture toward them. Mangus is going to be a daring player right now, pushing straight towards them. Sensei does at least find a kill back with the M4, though. So things are looking good right now. We'll see what they can manage, though. Just waiting patiently, pushing toward him. It's gonna happen. Sensei still alive for the fire. It's too much. It's cooked alive. And it will be another round going the way of Enterprise. A great response to the 3 in the row Sangal took. It all started from Malitzi taking away an opening kill there. So I'm eager to find out exactly what is going to come through as a result of this one, guys. As we do see Sangal Esports still able to buy up here. Sensei going to be on the orb. Everyone else on their rifles. Utility not great, but good enough. Looks like already, though, Matisse says goodbye. Put yourself on the ground. Corey goes down. He's looking to find some more, though, taking a bit of damage through the smoke there. Certainly venture further and solidify their team advantage. The Alive is ready for the team as well to press onto this A site should they choose to. They've got that palace positioning. But it looks like Sensei is good for a response at the bare minimum there. Malitzi goes down. Shot to the dome and does send them to the Thunderdome there. Tees are still trying to make an opening, though. They've got just over a minute to go, so there's still ample time available. They just need to figure out exactly what they're trying to achieve here. And it looks like it will be another player falling as well. Matisse goes down, not able to find any more kills. Corey going to be their only victim so far. But the position could be crucial here. We'll see what the Alive will be able to do. Their teammate, the bomb carrier, does push up towards the ramp. Mangus is gone. There goes the Alive. And it will be down to Blitz now. Blitz has also fell down. And so 4-4 will be the scoreline, everybody. Sangal Esports evening it up once again. Pushing us in to the eco round for Enterprise here. You're going to see exactly how the rest of this one is going to shape up here, right here and now, everybody. As we do see potentially some pistols come through from Enterprise, or perhaps maybe just nothing. Looks like they're not picking up anything. Oh, they got some D. Otherwise, not much. Looks like they have managed to push towards middle, though. Matisse goes down to 17, taking the shoulder shot from the orb, it would seem, but figure out whether they might actually find anything else here. One player in the CT side just going to be holding short. Could be the saving factor here for the CT side, considering the T's can just try and rush their way through. It looks like they're going to do just that. QB can be great support for their teammate, already finding one kill. Sensei Does find one back. Corey takes one down. It's all falling into place now for Sangal Esports. All down to Blitz, but within a flash, it all goes down to curtains. And it will be Sangal Esports taking away round number 5 in their favor. Great response from them. But now it's time for further responses because Enterprise, they're back on a buy round and they're coming out with guns blazing. They have the AWP here. See what they can manage with that one. So it looks like they're just going to flow their way through towards the standard default 2-2-1 positioning right now. Not leaving a lurker towards Palace this time though. Proving to bring more firepower towards middle, may actually grant them entry towards whatever site they please here. We'll see what they can figure out though, considering they've already been cut off from the B apartments by a bit of fire and as well as the grenade there. But it doesn't mean they won't be granted entry eventually, considering once this utility starts to run thin, then there's potential for them. They're working players towards short as well, so this could be a two-pronged approach waiting to happen here. See what does ensue though, considering Skrunk's looking to get behind them as well. They've got Mlitzy potentially holding the flank here. Will actually not be able to do anything with it, however. The T's get closer and closer. Soulfly finds a couple, Sensei onto a couple more. It's all going to be down to 2 versus 5 situation now. And Skrunker could have lined the flank up as well. Let's get close enough, and there it is. Mangasan, they find the AKs, and that is going to be the round going the way of Sangal Esports. Shout out to production once again for our replay system here. As you see all these wonderful moments play out all throughout this wonderful day. Regardless, Enterprise is going to be stuck onto an eco round again. Only bringing Deagles into this one. Bit of armor to support it, but it's not really too much sprung to the table here. And considering Sangal Esports, AKs off them in that previous round, they can easily use them to their advantage here. See what they can come up with venturing forward. Looks like the T's, they're just going to go for a pretty stock standard mid-control setup early on. Could flow their way towards the A site though, considering there's not a heavy CT focus there, but as we say that, well, the live has been taken down by a molly, it would seem. So they know that he was there now, unfortunately. So now they might actually be more attentive this night. We'll see, though. There's one giving themselves up towards middle. Could quickly change towards B, though, considering the bomb carrier is heading in that direction. Blitz is looking to change hands now and lead the charge here. They've only got a couple of CTs to deal with. Skrunk, as well, or rather Corey, as well as their teammate Soulfly. We'll see if they are going to be enough to hold them down, considering Matisse is going for a flank of their own through market. Damn! Oh, now they do. Now they have to be a lot more watchful, and there it is. Soulfly's gone, not before taking one with him. Corey looking to do a little bit of the same, does take down a couple. Matisse going to be the last one standing now. M4 in hand off the fallen soldier. See what he's going to manage to come up with here. No, not going to be a kill in the end. The M4, not as powerful as the AK, it would seem, in terms of the headshot power. 2 shots instead of 1 with that head armor. And as a result, we will see the round going the way of Sangal Esports. Enterprise came really close in that one, though. You could definitely tell they were working hard for it, but the defense just too strong for them once again here. Does a net a round victory for Sangal Esports there. Looks like we are going to see a tech timeout come through now as a result, though. So definitely could find a thing or two out of that one. Seemingly a short one, maybe just trying to resolve some quick ping issues. Who knows? Something has happened, though, but it looks like it's quickly fixed. So all good there. We will get straight into the game once again now as this unpause comes through. And Enterprise, they are going to be coming through with some money of their own here. Full buy behind them, it would seem. Looking to do some damage at this point. But they still need to work towards more here. Just waiting for the CT utility to run straight past them before they go for anything. Respect it. They're playing the clock here, but At the end of the day, it does build more pressure into the matchup. So Corey's going to try and pick into them, as a matter of fact, with their teammates. The sprays are working wonders, but it doesn't seem to be wonderful enough, as they do trade 2 for 2 there. Matisse does go down as well, though. 3 HP, and now he's gone. 3 versus 2 situation now. A sneaky peek there from Sensei through Sniper's Nest. That looks like speaking of sneaking around, we do have a player creeping their way up on the stairs right now. No CT's watching him. This could be a deadly factor here. We could be throwing a spanner in the works with this one. They are at least watching for the peak. See if Soulfly is going to be vigilant, or whether we do find other matters happening, as Sensei has now been shut down. Let's create an opening through towards this A site now. It's all going to be down to Skrunk now. Soulfly looking to run as fast as they can. They don't know where Skrunk is. They may not realize actually playing ramp here, because you don't typically see a CT towards this position. At least not straight away, but now they may be aware of it. Maybe thinking it's a double CT spawn push. So Skrunk's position could be pretty crucial here. We'll see what they do manage to actually recover with, though. Skrunk is going to creep their way in. As long as their teammate makes noise, this could be perfect. Ooh, there it is. There's the noise. Goes for the peak, finds one. One more to go. He's in connector. The bomb's planted for him. Oh, Skrunk, it's all over. He doesn't have the tools available to get that one happening. The Live will be able to take advantage of shooting and take a round for Enterprise there. 7-5 on the board this time. Certainly looking a lot closer than what the first map's endeavors did. See if that does prove true heading in to the rest of map number 2, though, and towards our second half here. As we do press into this one, Enterprise are looking to set themselves up towards the A site this time, it would seem. We'll see if they will be able to launch the picks here. As they are just slowly edging their way into position. They have 2, potentially 3 CTs to deal with as well. One towards Sniper's Nest and another one following them there, as well as the one player in Skrunk towards Ticker Booth. Seems the T's are managing to force their way onto the site, though. Corey trying to go for a sneaky flank attack in the B apartments. Does in fact get flanked themselves. They will be caught out there. Bomb delayed from being planted. Get down eventually. Now netting the advantage for Enterprise. It's going to be up to Sangal Esports to try and recover their way on to the site right now. They've already lost QB. Could more be joining in? Skrunk going to be the next one down. It's all onto Soulfly and Sensei here, and honestly, I don't know if they can go for this at this point. They're probably just going to be forced to latibulate here. Look to try and run it back into the next one. All things considered, it's gone from bad to worse there. Esports, and it seems Enterprise, they're managing to find their mojo once again here. To press on into another round now, though, and it seems that the CTs are opting for a double AWP setup now, as opposed to their typical setup. So curious to see if the additional firepower with the double AWP will actually work to benefit them, or whether it's all going to be for a waste. As the T's look to take that middle control once again here, trying to stop the CTs from making anything actionable early on into this matchup. CT's at least going to be able to put a bit of fire behind the boxes in middle, so we'll be able to stop them from pushing towards that cart position there. It's only going to be for so long, considering how early on in the round it is. At least the CTs are keeping them as far back as possible, though. Despite not using all that mobility as yet, they've still got plenty more tools at their disposal. The T's may realize that they're not actually doing anything and look to play with that information. Pressing into the round. Looks like Skrunk, however, is getting ready for a flash play. Does push it through. Their teammate QB trying to go for something, gets caught. Does actually find a couple of kills. Corey joining in for that second. So a great response there from the Sangal Esports side. Only going to be 3 players remaining now on the Enterprise side of things, however. They've still got a decent amount of utility. They can make a side happen, but they've only got 40 seconds to go right now, guys. They need to get onto a side now or never, because otherwise, that's just going to be it. Round number 8 goes to Sangal, and then they manage to take the half. By how many rounds? Will be decided in stone soon. Looks like there's a bit of fire to come through onto the apartments, though. The D's, they're just copping it. They actually do cop a few bullets, as a matter of fact. It seems Malitzi does actually take down one of the CTs with the molly as well, so too shabby. He's just going to opt for a save at this point, though. Keep the AWP, bring it into round number 15. Considering its worth, they can't afford to lose it, because they probably won't be able to buy it back, or if they do, it's going to be a glass cannon, and you really don't want that at this stage. Regardless, there it is. Sangal Esports, they take 8. Round number 15 now. It all comes down to this. Full buy coming through from Enterprise there. Seems they do have a few AKs behind them. The AWP as well on Malitzi being retained from that previous round. Certainly going to assist them. Looks like they're just going to go for a full A commitment this time, though. Smokes are raining in like a gunfire right now. And we'll be able to completely just isolate the site there. Tease, though, does spot a CT through towards Connector. Almost another one. Kubi going to be able to shut him down, though. It will now be bombed down on the inside. CT's forced to play retake already. Starting off strong, however. Getting the one-man advantage. Could even find more. One player in the palace, one towards T-ramp, and the other one going around the twist there. Trying to see if they can push towards middle. Perhaps get a flank on. CTs are anticipating this angle, though, but they may not be too vigilant for it, as it looks like both T's on site are gone. And Skrunk puts the final nail in the coffin, taking it away now for Sangal Esports, 9-6. A good start to the half here, to say the least. 9-6 scoreline. That's not bad. It's a lot better than what we saw in our last game. And it seems that Sangal Esports, they're carrying that momentum from that last matchup through into this one. Props to Enterprise, though. They've managed to kick it up a notch as well. You know, we saw them start to slow down towards the end of that first map, but now they're really getting back into gear. Regardless, though, guys, whilst we are waiting to set up for this second half, we are just going to go to a short commercial break. We'll be back in just a sec. And welcome back to the HCG Masters Tournament Season 1 here, guys. What a start to our series we've had thus far. You know, we've already seen a pretty impressive half. 9-6 in favor of Sangal Esports. It's pretty close. Like, it's not as far distance as we saw in that first map, where Enterprise actually were the ones ahead in the first map, 11-4, and then proceeded to lose it out 13-16 to Sangal Esports. So I'm eager to see exactly what's going to come through in this one. All things considered, anything could happen, right? And it is all going to come down to this pistol round. Enterprise is going to have to push hard for it if they do want to try and get back some of their traction into this one. They take the pistol, maybe they can get it 1 or 2 rounds between them. Then maybe there's only that 1 round deficit. Maybe they even it up. It's all what ifs at this point, though, and it looks like Sangal Esports, they're going to be rushing their way through towards the B site right now. CTs, they've set up a boost on the site. Play Live is going to try and bait them out here. See if he can find at least one player. if he can at least take 1 or 2 down with him, perfect. If he goes down, that's okay. He's got support there. We'll see how it does play out, though. Already a bit of damage has been dealt towards the T's here. That Elive is looking to push through towards the van now. Splashed out. Does actually get caught by QB, and it's all gone for naught. Mangus goes down on the site. They spot him immediately. Plan has been unraveled now. There will be a 5-on-3 situation here. A couple of CTs looking to push through short and mark it right now. Malitzi to see if they can spot anything. Do spot a Soulfly, as a matter of fact. Seems they're a bug catcher, as they do take the fly out of the sky. Blitz is going to be taken down as well, though, by QB. In the meantime, Malitzi is hiding in the smoke. He does get spotted by Sensei. Goes down to Corey. Hopefully he does find their fire in the end. It's all going to be onto Matisse now. 1-on-3 situation. The bomb's ticking down as well. Oh, no. Oh, what could have been there? QB, you cheeky man. Almost making it happen. But alas, it will be. The round going the way of Sangal Esports. What a way to get it done there. A great start for Sangal Esports, and they will be able to further solidify their position, provided they take this one as well. It looks like Enterprise, they're going all or nothing here. They really want to take this round. They've forced it up, picked up the pistols as well as the MP9 there. See what can happen, though. It's like he's going to take it nice and slowly at the moment. He's just looking to clear the corners. Matisse is prepared for them. Goes for the shots. Not able to line them up, though. At least he has support of his teammates. Matisse does find one in the end. Eventually burnt to life, however. Skunk joins in on the fun, but Mangus will be able to actually find one back on the Skunk. So not a bad way to go about it. See what else will come through, though. 3 versus 3 situation now. Sangal Esports at least get the bomb down, but Enterprise, they're looking mighty fierce coming into this one as well, considering just how close they've managed to keep it. Keep the players even, maybe even steal some guns off their opponents. We'll see just how close they get to the site, though. Sensei, he's watching for it. Watches vigilantly, finds one, won't find another. 2-on-2 situation now is supposed to come through. Or he spots one around the corner, cleans it up. That will be Sangal Esports taking away round number 11 in their favor now. A valiant effort from Enterprise. They got really close in the end there. They had the utility, they had it all worked out. Unfortunately, Corey was in the house and was ready to stop them at a moment's notice. That will be the end of that endeavor and push Enterprise onto a further eco round. So here we go, everybody. We are going to be getting into this one once again. Already Matisse taking a little bit of damage there. Corey taking seemingly a lot more, though. Looks like there's 2 CTs on the site. 2 CTs, 2 kills for both sides. A QB luckily there to recover. But again, the CTs are keeping it nasty. They're doing the damage. Might just get caught in a bit of damage now, though. Maybe not. QB actually traded out. It's happening again. It's a 2-on-2 again. This is dangerous for the T's, man. Like, the CTs, they're building up their money, but the T's, they're finding their fair share of struggles here. Like, coming down to 2 players repeatedly. I worry for their economy, to say the least. We'll see who will come out on top after this round. If Sangal Esports win, at least they get that boost from the round win as well as the bomb plant. It's going to be a tough one, though. Looks like it's going to be ticking straight down towards the later stages here. Matisse trying to get a kill in the end there. Unfortunately, does not land it, and Sensei will go down with the ship, it would seem, as the bomb does carry them into the sweet good night there. Taking a look at some of the replays from the round as well. Here we go once again. A full buy coming through from Enterprise right now. See if it will net them around here already. They actually find a couple of kills. QB finding one back. Okay, finding 2. The Empire strikes back. Blitzy getting burnt out in ticket booth. Luckily having a smoke there to save himself. Trying to put a grenade on the site as well. That Elive does manage to find Scrunk in the end there. So it isn't all for naught, it would seem. Now the T's trying to see if they can set up a plan, but maybe they just go for the retreat here. They've got plenty of time. If they leave Sensei in jungle and they just send QB towards B, this is perfect. Sensei can kill one of the rotators, and then that's an easy site take. He can either go through apartments to play safe, or even through middle. Depends on what he's feeling. Oh no, the Alive pushes through the murder hole, goes down. Sensei's going to get caught off guard as well, though. This could work out so detrimentally, and it does. Mangus takes down Sensei, but Sensei's job is over. He's managed to get the kills he needs. It does allow his teammate to go straight for a plant here. 1-on-2 situation now for QB. He's got a smoke and a flash available. Does smoke off market, so that's good. Playing for timing here. He's going to be stuck through towards the T apartments now. He's making a little bit of noise, but Mangus, oh no, he knows. He's right around the corner. He can hear him. Oh, QB's ready, but not ready enough. Mangus pushes in, bashes past, and we'll be able to take away a round for Enterprise. Here we go again. Full buy coming through from them. It will now take us to only a 5-round disadvantage for Enterprise. Good defusal to come through from them. And Sangal Esports will at least get some elevated cash coming out of that one. It's not going to be enough, however. Like, they can definitely potentially string together somewhat of a buy, but it may just result in a partial eco round for them here. See what it does result in the long term, however, as it looks like, in fact, they are going to buy. They're going to buy up their 8Ks, Galils, and a AWP of all things. Utility is going to be severely lacking as a result, however, but it doesn't seem to matter. Blitzy walking straight into the crosshairs there, goes down. Matisse looking to respond just as quick, though. Does manage to take down Scrunk there. So now already a 4-on-4 situation here. And the T's, they're looking to work this A site, and little do they know, there's actually no one there right now. So this is actually perfect if they get on. Ooh, the TTs are coming back now, though. QB trying to go for a kill. Does get shut down, but in the meantime, they've found 2 kills back. That will be Sangal Esports taking that site control. No utility, no worries, they say. Gunfights are all they need. Sensei, though, he's bleeding. Dancing with the devil towards the end there. Does luckily escape, but not for long. Mangus takes him down. Going for a dangerous peek without support. It will now be a 2-on-2 here. Bombs ticking down. CTs have got kits. They can afford to wait here. These just need to play their positions, but no! Soulfly, last one standing, does take down the Alive. It's all down to Mangus now. He knows where it's planted. Soulfly, Palace player coming in clutch. Taking the throne like a king. And will be able to push the advantage further in favor of Sangal Esports. What a way to get it done. We want to say a quick shout out to our sponsors for this evening. Once again, guys, exclamation mark Plasma in the chat and exclamation mark Coin Motion. We are running a giveaway as well. Exclamation mark giveaway in the chat if you want to get involved with that one. Regardless, we go on. Round 21 now. Sangal Esports feeling confident. They've sent Enterprise back down to an eco once again here. They could make them continue to feel the pain. Do push a smoke down towards that jungle position, though. Scrunk could play around it. In fact, they do. Finding a nice early kill, almost 2. What more can they do here? Will they pull through? That's more that we will be seeing, but not happening yet. As Enterprise do get a lot of damage onto Sensei, but won't find any kills as yet. Angus could be the first to do it, though. The T's are pushing him. They're pushing him hard. They take him down. It's all going to be down to Blitz and Matisse now. Only Matisse, a 1-on-5 situation. He's trying a deep-mine. He does find one. Oh, he lined up that headshot onto Sensei, but no, it was not meant to be today, and it will be Sangal Esports taking away round number 14 in their favor. There is only 2 rounds between them and taking this series. Enterprise, they need to figure out a response now or never. They are forcing up every weapon they can possibly conceive right now. If they lose this round, it could be all over. Double AWP set up from them. You know they mean business. Just going to be playing a default right now. A couple towards B, 3 towards that A site. Waiting to see what they can come up with going forward. Looks like Matisse has spotted a player creeping around that unders position. Just one shot is all it needs in order to send them to their maker. Soulfly won't know what hit them. There it goes. Matisse is prepared for it. You don't dance around that position because you will be shut down promptly. And it will now come down to a 4-on-5 situation. This is best case scenario for Enterprise as they line up another Matisse playing dominantly with that AWP so far, and this is only the beginning of the round. Seemingly more T's going into the meat grinder there. 3 go down, only 2 more players live. For the side of Sangal Esports now, it's down to QB and Sensei, both on opposite sides of the map. QB finds one opening towards A, but it's not going to be enough to play off of that further. Looks like Sensei is now trying to exploit this AWP player. Almost catching him off guard, but not going to be able to line up the shot in the end there. Trying to use their utility to their advantage, and actually it works. They found a kill onto Mangus. They're trying to play around the site now. Matisse gets it in the end. Coming away with the quad kill. And it will be Enterprise taking away the round. Only 6 between them. Good little replay to come through, just showing some of the highlights from that round as well, guys. Definitely eager to see a few more highlight plays coming through into this matchup as well. Looks like the T side is actually going to opt for a buy here. They've got a couple of AKs, AWP, and a couple of pistols. It's a pretty strung together buy for them, but I mean, it can work. They don't have much util though. Like, they've got a couple of smokes, 3 flashes. It's not the most, but it is enough to get onto a site should they find the right positioning. Looks like they're just going to leave one of their players in QB towards the A site as well. Just play that lurk role. So definitely could play off of that information also. Like, QB was able to enter onto the site by themselves in that last round and was able to find a relative success there. 1-for-1 trade, like, it's not bad. See if they can find that coming into this round, though, considering the T's are really taking their time with it. Getting ready for a jump peek here. No one's actually going to be playing towards that window position, though. So they will be able to freely move around middle, but not towards short or connector, as you do have Mangus ready and waiting. Ooh, he's getting around the corner, looking to play the ladder room position now. That could change things. Litzy is going to be ready for them, though. Perhaps not. He's missed the shot. Down to 41. Oh, this is going all wrong for them. The CTs are getting caught off guard completely right now. Sangal Esports, they're tearing them limb from limb right now. Corey takes them down with QB there. There goes Mangus as well. They try their best to recuperate, get onto the side, but no. Sangal Esports completely decimate them. It will all be down to Matisse now. 1-on-5 situation. Surely is just going to retain the AWP. Look to play for overtime here. This round pretty much done and dusted. Sprunk's gone hunting with the deagle. Oh no, surely not. He's got it. No way. Skrunk has actually landed the kill. It's gone from bad to worse. Enterprise. There is nothing more that they can seek to deliver here. All that they have at this point is just the forced up weapons on their backs. The SSG, the MP9. Famous to come in clutch as well as another MP9, but that is going to be it for them. They need to really pray for a miracle at this stage. Otherwise, it will be the end of the series for them. And my Litzy's gone down already as well. Soulfly, spot that short player, does get some shots through, but no, Mangus is actually able to take advantage. They've whipped the spray there. Be able to seek out the weapon, but would at least be able to get a kill and blitz. Finds another one for the CT side there. Seemingly netting them a one-man advantage here. This is looking a little better for Enterprise. Still early days yet, though. We'll see exactly what is going to happen coming forward. The T's now trying to make moves through towards this B site. Trying to figure out exactly what they can come up with here. But it's all just going to be a fake. It seems they're just trying to play the CTs. They've actually got 2 CTs towards each site now, but in the meantime, I feel they might have taken a little bit too much time. Relying a bit too heavily on that opening kill there. And so now it's going to be a 2-on-4 situation. One of the CTs is getting antsy, thinking, I think it could be maybe somewhere else, playing towards that market position. But he's still going to keep focus on B. CTs, they're playing with the best setup they can right now. As soon as the players go down, though, it all falls apart, and it could start to run into motion now. Corey gets onto the site. Matisse spots him, though. Say goodbye. It's a crossfire. And Enterprise still managed to stay alive. Still kicking on strong. We'll be able to take round number 9. The force-up works in their favor. Some great plays coming through in that round as well, guys. Really impressed with how the CTs maneuver their way through, managed to take advantage of the mistakes that Sangal made there, and use them to their own advantage. Like Sangal's could, oh my gosh, be hit with some heavy hitting artillery there. Start things off in the round, and already the fire's coming through as well. They cannot pass any further through towards this B site. They will be met with a wall of fire as we talk about it, though. The T's are trying to get onto the A side instead. QB does manage to land a nice little shot onto Melissi there, but unfortunately that's going to be all they're landing in the round. We do see plenty of attraction coming through there. Strunk actually getting a kill in the end. Nice shot onto Blitz. That's all they're going to locate in that round, however, as it will be only 5 rounds between Enterprise and potentially we could see an overtime here. All going to come down to these next few rounds, though. Whether it's this round, whether it's the next few, who knows what's going to happen. Sangal Esports are back on the buy now, though, looking to push their way through towards middle here. We've got a player in unders they need to consider in Matisse. He's been a deadly force so far and continues to be, but will be shut down early on there. Goldfly has spotted a player in connector as well, met by a bit of utility, but it doesn't matter. He's going to try and push the smoke a little bit. Not too deep, though. Just looking to hit the tip of that smoke. See what they can find as a result. Now the round starts to calm down a bit. They've managed to get the early jabs traded through there, going for the early KOs. Now they're playing the endurance game here. Seems the T's are trying to refocus their efforts through towards where they want to actually dedicate the bomb here. And it appears it could be the A site this time. Blitz, at least getting a flash through, trying to clear that A ramp position. Does have some intel, they're not there quite yet, but that intel's only good for the next 5 seconds as now the T's start to flash their way through. Blitzy is going to be ready, however. Oh, maybe not. Pulling out the util just at the wrong moment. Did allow them to actually get a gauge on exactly what's happening in the site there. Looks like the T's, they're actually going to try and run it back towards B, considering, hey guys, it's empty. Corey was in the house, but now it seems the house has shut its doors. Now the T's are... Oh my gosh. Oh, this is rough. They're trying to force it back towards A now, but honestly, I don't think there's time. Like, the fact they're just trying to restructure their plays mid-round like this, it's so tragic. If Corey did manage to open up the site there, they could have got the plan onto B, but honestly, it's too little too late now. They're just going to be stuck onto the save round here. At least they managed to maintain their AKs in the AWP, though. So, like, it's not the worst. They can bring the majority of their weapons into this upcoming round. Corey and Skrunk, though, yeah, they're going to be in a bit rougher straits, to say the least. Regardless, Enterprise, another round before them. 4 more rounds and they will be able to push for OT themselves. We'll see what will come as a result here. So I do see Soulfly trying to lead the charge towards T-Ramp, even trying to get a bit of damage towards middle is Corey. So I like the eagerness of these pistol players as well. Just trying to really spice things up for their team, play that distractive role, play with a bit of information. Keep them on their toes there. Speaking of which, though, the grenade comes through. The T's trying to flash their way through, do push through the ramp. But will be set straight back on the ground there. That Alive actually going down, however. Corey, nice little opening there. Bomb does change positions immediately. Just looking for the swing, however, does actually spot Skrunk. And it will be the kill going the way of Enterprise. 3 versus 4 situation here. See what they can manage to come up with. Corey working wonders for their team in this round. Already finding that one opening kill, but they still need to find plenty more. And the CTs are restructuring their defenses to go for that 2-2 setup again. If the T's find even one more kill here, everything just gets a little easier for them. They've got a smoke, a flashbang, and a molly to play with at the moment. That is it. That's all that's in their tool belt right now. If they can use those to try and get through a little bit more of this site here, try and take those CTs out of position, who knows what could happen from this time. Looks like we are going to see the T's slowly edge their way onto the site, though. They've got 20 seconds to go in this round. It looks like the CTs know where they're coming from. The Litzy takes down QB there. Sensei's gone as well. It's all on Corey, and he goes down. Blitz keeping his team alive. Enterprise take the 12th. Only 3 rounds between them now, and Sangal Esports still on series point, but who knows how long that could ensue, because maybe we see Enterprise come on through and make something great happen. All going to come down to these next few rounds. Like we are going to get into the round right now, though. Manga's taking down Skrunk early on. Matisse is shutting them down as well. It's all just going to be on to QB and Sensei now. Sensei looking to push the B side, and QB just going to be stuck in sandwich. Round done and dusted. Sangal Esports. This could be their potential final bye of the game. If they lose this one, they need to force. Otherwise, we play OT. It is all down to this, everybody. Sangal Esports, the pressure is on. Can they manage to win it here and now, or will we see another round of play out here? Will Enterprise get another chance to push for overtime? And there is only 2 rounds between them right now. It is all going to be down to this, guys. Sangal Esports are taking it nice and patiently through towards the B site right now. Do have one player in the Alive to deal with. Holding Van. Their teammate in Malitzi is also holding from short, however. That could be dangerous for them. We'll see what does actually come through, though. Looks like QB and Co are going to be pushing their efforts now through towards the A site instead. Blitz is prepared to react to them as soon as he hears something. He's got a smoke ready. If the Palace player in QB pushes out as soon as their teammates figure out that Blitz is playing ramp, though, maybe they get an easy early kill here. Considering no one's watching Palace right now. No one's got open eyes on that position, other than maybe lucky number 7 and Matisse. And look, there it is. See, they're pushing out right now. Have lucky number 2 trying to burn out under Palace, so they will actually push them out of position temporarily. CT is going to be more centralized. Malitzi does take down one. Corey going to be in the house there, taking down another, though. Blitz good to take down Skrunk. It's going to be CT advantage landed. QB, however, is holding top of Palace. They're trying to find something. Matisse is gone. Oh! Blitz says surprise. Does get a kill out of it. Blitz does manage to support their teammates as well. It's all on Corey now. It's all becoming unraveled as Enterprise They make it happen. 1 round between them and overtime. Surely something could happen here. Sangal Esports, they have to force up. It's now or never. This is going to be it. Otherwise, we're playing for OT, everyone. Surely something goes down here. It is a win for Sangal, or we go the distance and we continue this momentous game. We'll see exactly who's going to come out on top here. Looks like Sangal Esports trying to push swiftly through towards the A site. Will be shut down by Matisse early on there. Do actually find another one down. Well, Litzy taking down 2 more. There's 2 players remaining for Sangal Esports. It's all down to QB now. 1-on-3 situation. Surely he can make something happen. It's all down to him. Keep it alive for his team. But no, he's not going to be able to do it. Enterprise, they push through for overtime. And we are going the distance, everybody. Enterprise have made it work. And they will be able to push us all the way to overtime. My gosh. I can't believe it. You thought that first map was close? Well, this second map has delivered in waves. Absolutely love to see it. Whilst we do get prepared for that one, though, we are going to go to a quick ad break, guys. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, to the HCG Masters Tournament. My name is Matzy, and I'm coming back at ya with the end of this second map of the series right now. It has really delivered on all cylinders, and I cannot believe what we've been seeing thus far, but this is only the beginning, because now we go into a whole different ballpark. We have overtime, everybody. And I cannot wait to see exactly what's going to come through in this one. Whether Enterprise will be able to redeem themselves, or whether we see Sangal Esports take away the map right here and of the series. We will find out the outcome. And it will be found here and now. As we push straight into it. Enterprise still going to be on that CT side. Sangal Esports on the T side. Their economy going to be refurbished, though. Could be good. That Elive is going to actually hold Palace for the first time all map. So a good use of aggression there. Seems the CTs are finding a lot of it. But as a matter of fact, a great trade already ensues. Torper and Malitzi. And there goes Soulfly finding Matisse as well. Now a 4-on-3 situation, seemingly Sangal Esports, they've found their mojo here. This is what they needed to find in those previous rounds, and it seems they have managed to get back into gear here. Still need to figure out a way onto a site, however. Considering they've only got 3 players to contend with, they can easily maneuver one side or another. Seems they're going A, where they've only got 1 player they need to worry about right now, which is going to be Elive. Just going to hold that ticket position currently. We'll see if he can contend with 3 potential T players. Oh, no. Looks like he's going to rotate off, actually, through towards the murder hole. Maybe try and play that jungle position or mark it instead. I love this bait as well from Corey. You set up the smoke and util towards the B site when as a matter of fact, all the T's have gone A. I don't realize just how free this is right now, but they will soon. They should be able to get the plant down as a result. CT is coming to a quick realization. Oh no. We messed up, guys. It will result in a retake situation now where they play at a disadvantage. They're going to be met by a Ring of Fire as well when they try and push a jungle. So now the CTs have to try best to play around the limited utility they have. They got pretty much one of every utility except for a decoy right now. So pretty solid, spanned out across two players. See if they will be able to use that to isolate some angles, perhaps burn out the firebox. All are going to come down to this, though. There it is. Incendiary comes through. Soulfly tries to peek. Does get shut down, though. 3-on-3 now. No! Sensei, the timing doesn't matter. Yubi and Corey clean up house. Take away round number 16 of OT number 1 here. And we push on. We go again here. Great little replay to ensue as well. You love to see it. Love to see the wonderful game of a Counter-Strike here tonight. See what is going to come out of this one, though. It looks like the T's are already playing for the aggression, trying to see if they can actually gauge their worth here. Try and find something. Soulfly taking down to 20 HP. That's dangerous. Could have been worse if he stayed near connector. Luckily did manage to run their way through. In the meantime, however, the T's are playing through jungle. They may actually catch the CTs off guard because no one's watching that angle. We'll see if they can find anything here right now, though. Everything is just all going to plan. Figuring out exactly what they need to do at this point. Skrunk and Co. Just going to wait for their moment here. The CTs are ready on the side for them, though. They know they could come from any which angle. When they have 3, though, maybe it could be better. Matisse finds that opening kill, though. Skrunk is gone. Trades it out for an AK as well. There's no more sound to be made except for now. Litzy takes down Corey. It's a 3-on-5 situation here. The T's desperately need to find some kind of kills back. And they do. QB, the Nine-Tailed Fox, Soulfly, finding 2. Now it's a 3-on-3 situation. Surely they can find some more, but Matisse's angle, oh, it's so deadly. He almost takes down Soulfly. Soulfly's pushing, though. Goes down. Great trade from QB. It is going to be a 2-on-2 situation now. Bomb still not down. Oh, it's surely soon to go, though. Sensei just halted. Oh, so desperate. But it's now a 1-on-1. Mangus versus QB. QB, there we go. Gets it done. 4 kills in the round. Taking Sangal Esports to greater heights. 17-15 now. Enterprise. They're getting so close. But just not close enough. Even despite getting those opening kills there, playing at an advantage, Sangal Esports maneuver their way through like they're surfing a wave on a beach. And they managed to cleanly cut through it. Pushing on into this round, however, we do see the CTs trying to push a little bit aggressively through towards middle, even cutting off the apartments angle there. Not allowing the T's to abuse that early on. You see him, speaking of abuse, Skrunk has been abused early on there, taking a lot of damage. Now the T's are trying to take advantage of the early spot they found, though, onto that alive. Good trade to come through already, but now the CTs are trying to collapse on the side. Seemingly the trades are coming through left, right, and center. Malitzi is going to be forced to push the smoke down, though. Grenade could result as well. Mangus trying to maneuver around the site. Does find QB. It's all now down to Skrunk and Sensei. 2-on-3 situation here. Mangus seemingly keeping the CTs alive here. Surely they can find one round. Surely they find something. It's all on Sensei and Skrunk. They have time, but they don't have a bomb. If even one of the CTs reveals themselves, this could be absolute perfection. 42 seconds to go. Skrunk trying to push through short. No one's holding that angle directly, although they can be from afar. And then they could work together to weather the storm here. Try and figure something out. Ooh, he's made noise. Sensei knows. Sensei knows there's one. He's made noise himself, though, trading out for the AK instead. It could be good for the situation. The AWP maybe a little bit less worth it here. Running around the corner though, goes for one, peeks on through, forced out the window. 10 seconds to go here for Sensei, needs to kill 2 players, not gonna happen! Enterprise, they find a round back in overtime here. And we go again into the second half of overtime right now. We'll see exactly what is gonna come through out of this one, guys. Absolute fantastic stuff. Always keeping us on our toes, always keeping us on edge here. Enterprise, you know they're hungry for it. They want this series to go to Inferno. And they are raging a fire right now. You can just feel it. But alas, sides will soon switch. As we do see Sangal Esports now on their CD side. Enterprise now going to be on their T side, playing in unfamiliar territory. They haven't seen these for a while since the first half. We'll see if they can maintain their consistency coming forward into this one, considering Sangal Esports did have a little bit more of a difficult time in the first half after they paved their way through towards 15 rounds in the second. Looks like Enterprise is just going to take it slow and calculated for the time being, though. Corey's made a bit of noise through towards short. Does give some intel towards the T's there, but little do they know, Mangus is actually on the site. Blitzy goes down, though. Good trade from Mangus, but Soulfly is there to emerge from the shadows. 4 versus 3 situation now, and here's Matisse, the assassin again, coming through the market. Surely he can line up one flank, but no! QB, the timing does to get the kill back. Blitz has found an opening on A, but that doesn't mean they're going there. Alive is holding for the rotation. Sure, he gets a kill on the way out. And Sensei takes down Blitz. It's all going to be up to the Alive now. 1 versus 2 situation here. Baiting out the plant. Gets cut off by the fire. He's taking so much damage. 33 HP now. QB and Sensei. He's trying to plant towards them. He's trying to play them right now. He's only got 22 seconds to go. He has to commit to this eventually. They're trying to push into him though. And there it is. Alive finds one. QB on the trade. Sangal Esports. They find it. Series point once again, everybody. This could be it. Only one more round is required again from Sangal Esports. Enterprise, the pressure is on again. Do we see Sangal take it here? Or is Enterprise gonna push us once again to another overtime? It is all down to this. Here we go. Pushing straight into it now, everyone. Enterprise trying to spot someone. Ooh, Melissy getting a little bit of intel. There it is. Mangus opens it up onto QB there. Pincer maneuver through towards unders. Grunk could find a player though. Does actually get given away. Nice grenade to do a lot of damage on Matisse rather. But unfortunately not able to line up the kill there. Does allow Enterprise to continue to maintain this man advantage. Looks like they're getting in position to push through towards a split A approach as well. They encroach upon the site from the ramp, from unders. Soulfly could be caught here as well. They're not looking behind them. They're not turning around. Mangus and Matisse take down 2. Soulfly at least able to trade one back, but it's a 2-on-4 now. Things are looking brighter for Enterprise here. We could see us going even further right now. Surely not, you'd think. Surely not, but it could be. It's all going to be down to this. Sensei and Skrunk need to work an absolute miracle to make this happen. And the T's are spread on the site like butter right now. Surely could be something magical happening here. Skrunk's trying to push through towards the side. One in connector, he's gone down. It's all on Sensei. Sensei takes one back. The bomb's sticking down though. He needs to kill 3 players. He's killed another one. Sensei surely not. He's trying to stick it through. He gets taken down. Enterprise, here we go again. We are going the distance. It is one more round available. Sangal Esports, can they do it? Or are we going to OT2? It is all onto this one. Enterprise are holding on for dear life right now. We do take a quick look at the replays from within the round as well. Just such intensity coming through. You can see it all. Looks like Enterprise is trying to set things up for an A take, however. A couple of players in Palace, a couple towards the ramp as well. Mangus could look to set things up towards middle here. Connector is going to be smoked off now, maybe trying to fake things out. Still got 3 CTs they need to worry about on that A site, though. Maybe they don't consider them. Maybe they do. Ooh, they've actually spotted them. There goes Grunk. He's gone down, spotting the T's, but it doesn't even matter. He gets shut down. Now that is going to be the end of days. QB trying to find one back. It's not going to matter. 3-on-5 situation. CTs need to find some room for recovery because otherwise we are going the distance again. We go into OT2. Mangus, he spotted the AUG barrel. He goes for the shot. Sensei actually lives. The T's are going to go for the plant right now, playing through towards that connector position. Corey trying desperately to shut them down. It's not going to matter though. Soulfly is gone. Corey has a one-way smoke through towards the ticket booth now. Trying to play off of it. May actually work to their detriment, who knows? But the T's, they can't afford to peek right now. One of them does. Towards that Palace position. Malitzi gets a kill from ramp, and there it is. We are going to overtime a second time. My gosh. Enterprise, they are so fierce. They are so hungry for this. And we are doing it again. Who'd have thunk it? This is absolute insanity coming through from these teams right now, everybody. Absolute craziness. So we go again. Sangal Esports going to be starting out on the CT side once again here. Enterprise stuck on T. Getting back into the groove we saw them get into in that first half, and we'll see if they continue on the warpath here or whether we find some kind of a recovery through from Sangal Esports here. It is all going to come down to this, everyone. But Alive, as well as their teammate, holding that cart position. The rest of the squad is going to be raking things up through towards the A site right now. If they get some movement through towards middle, maybe cut off that window position, they can easily look to venture towards that connector. Maybe they get something happening, but with a smoke in their way now, they have to be a bit more cautious. Speaking of cautiousness, they probably can hear Skrunk stamping around through towards Palace. They may just catch him. Ooh, QB actually might be caught by a bit of fire, as a matter of fact, and maybe a bit of bullets. He's almost dead. He's got the get the heck out of there, it would seem. The T's, they're going to try and take advantage of this. It seems they're going to be pushing from all angles right now. One pushing jungle, and they all fall down. 3 kills within the blink of an eye, making it 4. Soulfly, the last man standing for Sangal Esports, at least finds 1 kill, but it will be one and done. Enterprise, they take the round and the lead in their favor, the first time in a long time. Do see resulting pause to come through from Sangal Esports there. I think now more than ever it is truly necessary. And I am so excited to see whether we will find even more fiery action coming through here tonight. Looks like we are just seeing just a little bit of the good stuff right now. Pause going to be coming through. CT's still figuring out exactly what they want to do. Another pause actually going to be activated there. They need a little bit more time. I can respect it. At this point in the game, you need to take as much time as possible in order to adequately prepare yourself for what's ahead of you. Because Enterprise, they've managed to figure them out. They got their number right now. Sangal Esports, all they need to do is win this map. And that will be it for the series. Enterprise, they're working so hard right now. They desperately want to get onto Inferno. They are trying tremendously. And we'll see if it will result in a positive commendation here. As it looks like now, both teams getting ready to ramp out the gates once again, settling into their default positions here. Trying to figure out exactly what will ensue. Malitzi gets a nice opener there onto Skrunk. It's already looking good, and it could get even better. Find out exactly what is going to come through out of this one, though. As we do see the CTs now. Just waiting patiently for their time. Figuring out exactly where they want to go with this one. It looks like the T's, they're going to venture through towards the B site where there's a rogue Soulfly waiting for them with a bit of fire ready to be placed there. T's are ready to overwhelm him and he spots one. There it goes. The fire's coming through. T's taking pretty much no damage. Soulfly takes down one but will be traded immediately. That site control gained and now Enterprise, they are going to be able to get this bomb planted straight down. Looks like they're going to go for it now. CT's trying to stop them after they get that plant down. Just keeping their eyes over the site here. Desperately trying to seek out information. They found one! Player through towards the apartments. Surely they find a pick out of that, you would think, but maybe not. There's Malitzi picking up one. 2 more players to go here. He finds another. Malitzi with the 3-piece. One kill in the round. Taking away Enterprise 20-18. And so Enterprise seemingly propelling themselves right now. Doing everything they can to elevate themselves to greater heights here. Absolutely wonderful stuff coming through from them in this series. Looks like a great early play has been made by the CTs there. They're not going to allow the T's to go quickly onto this A site. Will be cut off by a bit of fire early on. Now a bit more fire. They're actually going to be caught in it again. Skrunk actually caught off guard though. Matisse pushes past him. QB able to react, however, from Palace. He met with a bit of fire of their own. Blitz able to shut him down with that one. Really great utility usage coming through there, isolating these angles. It's going to be Corey sitting at an isolated angle though. They haven't checked Firebox yet. So he may actually be able to launch a sneak attack onto the T's here. They're still aware of the angle, but they're not actually going for it. Oh, here he comes. Corey. Oh, no. He's actually spotted one. Surely not. He goes for it. Takes down the planter. His team will a bit more time to thrive here, but Sensei gets taken down in the meanwhile. Corey's found another one. Corey single-handedly recovering this round for Sangal Esports. It's all down to Blitz now. 1-on-2 situation here. Will he be able to shut down the seemingly unstoppable Corey and Soulfly, their teammate? Or will it all be done here? Blitz gets the shots, but not the kill. And Soulfly recovers the round, 19-20 now. 1 round between the 2 teams once again here. This one is going the distance, everybody. It is going the full level. Seeing some fantastic highlight plays coming through there from a Sangal as well. And Enterprise. They're back on the CT side now. See if this is where they thrive once again, as they did find a lot of traction in the end. It's all going to come down to this now, however. You see Sangal pushing extremely aggressively through towards middle right now, smoking off every which angle, trying to strangle their way forward. Matisse looks for the push, catches Skrunk off guard there. Their teammates trying to push through, Soulfly recovers, finding Matisse with the flank kill there, stabbed in the back with the bullets. Now the T's, they're playing for map control here. Little do they realize though, they've actually got what I believe to be Corey lurking away in the B apartments. They may actually be able to get some site control off this, considering they only have 1 player actually holding through towards the short position right now. We'll see what they can come up with, as they do venture further into the abyss right now. Just over a minute to go here. Sangal Esports doing whatever they can at this point. Just trying to hold fast, hold steady, and give it their utmost. Smoke will come through from the T's. They only have 38 seconds to go now. Need to figure out an in, otherwise this round is going to be done and dusted. They got 2 CTs to each site right now. It's an adequate defense. It's equally split. But it seems the T's, all forces, point in one direction, and that's straight onto the A side. Malitzi, he's prepared for the cross. No, he gets the opening kill. Blitz ready for the crossfire as well. 2 players go down. To be able to recover though, and Blitz taking away 2 players. And it will be Enterprise taking away the round. They are on map point right now. And we could be seeing Mirage here and now. Sangal Esports, their only hope is to push for another overtime. Because otherwise we will see Enterprise take away this map right here, right now. It is all going to come down to these potential 2 rounds upcoming. Each round going to be crucial, absolutely vital for Sangal Esports here. The same can be said of Enterprise. They desperately want to seek out the next map of Inferno. If they are able to manage it, they will be soaring through to greater heights here. And it will be fantastical. We'll see exactly what is going to come through from them, however, as we do see some shots already looking to push through there. CT is being spotted through towards the B side, however. Corey could find one. Molly actually is going to come through there. CT's already rotated off the angle, though, so it won't be for much effort. No cause and effect there. We'll see what will actually come through further, though. Matisse gets the spot. Skrunk is gone. That's the advantage. Surely. Could be more, but no. Another T's actually gone past him. It's Soulfly again. He now has created a little bit of an opening through towards this A side. Chucking a flash through as well. Just trying to isolate these angles. We'll see if they can figure something out. Blitz does figure out an answer there. Taking down a player. Corey good to take down Malitzi as well, though. Now going to be Mangus and Malitzi holding the back of the site there. Corey doing massive work for Sangal Esports in this stage of the game. Just needs to have the backing of his teammates in order to make something even greater occur here. Corey's going to be holding the murder hole right now. Oh, he's ready for this. 2 could push it once, though. There he goes. The alive, and their teammate will be able to set up a nice kill there. Oh, I don't know. Sensei's pushing through middle. I don't know if this is the right call right now. He's trying to play the long game. It is planted for middle, so it could work out, but Soulfly desperately needs to stay alive, but he is not alive. Sensei, surely. Through, he finds one. He just needs to take them all out, but no! Sensei's gone! Enterprise, they have done it, everyone. They will be pushing us to map number 3 on Inferno. My gosh, can you believe it? Enterprise, what on earth is that? Absolutely insane stuff to come through from them. Pushing all the way through towards map 3. And on double overtime, to say the least. Fantastic stuff from them. And we'll have to see if they'll be able to actually live up to their energy right now. Pushing through onto Inferno as well. Because this series has been absolutely incredible. Whilst we get the next map set up though, guys, let's take a look at some highlights.
They say you gotta go home, but you can't stay here. And no, I don't wanna be alone in the world out there. They say you gotta go home, but you can't stay here. And no, I don't wanna be alone in the world out there.
Welcome back, everybody, to the HCG Masters Tournament Season 1 here. What an incredible series we've had before us tonight, having the teams of Sangal coming up against the lovely team of Enterprise. Both teams managing to take a map each of each other now is just absolutely insane. We thought the series was close in the first map when we saw a 16-13 endeavor. Obviously, a reverse sweep there coming through from Sangal, but yeah, it looks like we do see Enterprise taking the reverse sweep matters into their own hands and seemingly sweeping it back in their favor, taking it away in double overtime to take us to a 1-1 scoreline for the series. This is absolutely incredible stuff to come through, and I didn't think we'd see it. Honestly, I thought that Sangal would have been able to close it out, but no. Enterprise seemingly had other plans, and I'm so thankful for it because we get to see such an amazing series of Counter-Strike here before us on this wonderful day. Regardless, though, that means we are going to be watching Inferno as our third and final map of this series, and I'm very eager to see whether these teams are able to maintain the endurance to continue to play at the level they did all throughout that last map, because that was incredible Counter-Strike coming through from both of those teams there, and I'm super excited to see exactly what they're going to be able to deliver on Inferno. Yeah, as you see, decider is going to be Inferno, guys. We'll see exactly what will come through as a result as we do head straight into game here. So it looks like we'll see what will actually entail here. As it is going to head straight into the knife round, I believe. Yep, there we go. It looks like we are going to see... Ooh. I reckon Enterprise has got this, yep. When it ends up on a 2-on-1 situation, that is going to be all that they wrote there. We'll see. Yep, looks like actually Enterprise is going to be taking the CT side this time. And Sangal seemingly going to be stuck on the T side. So eager to see exactly how that's going to force the series to play out here. Looks like Sangal are going to start off with just the P250, a little bit of utility, bit of armor to play with. Nothing further from that, though. So I'm excited to find out whether they will actually bring a little bit more to the table with that one. Whether it is just going to be that coming through here. Looks like Corey already trying to go for some early shots through towards Banana right now. Waiting to see if they can shoot their shot here. Luckily, they do manage to at least get a bit more presence towards Banana, taking that territory early, but Blitz is actually going to be good to take away that first kill, as a matter of fact. Now hiding around the broken wall as well. Could even find something further here. Soulfly and Sprunk still just going to be holding that angle, though. That Alive does take down Soulfly, but not before QB comes into the mix there. Managing to find a good trade on the other side of the map, but it is going to be followed up even further. Trades coming through are plenty, and it will all be down to QB now. 1 versus 3 situation here. Will Enterprise be able to take away this first round, or will QB be able to take it on their own? It is all gonna go the way of Enterprise now, as they do take away round number 1 in their favor, seemingly continuing the momentum that they maintained towards the end of the last one. Eager to see what will actually occur coming forward. Seeing a few highlights there from that previous round. We'll see if we can find a few more coming into this one as well. As we do take it nice and slow, pushing into this one here. We're just waiting for the perfect moment here. Looks like the CTs are just going to venture pretty closely towards Banana right now. Just waiting to see exactly what might come out of this. The Ts, they can afford to be patient. The CTs can as well here. We'll see who will land the first blow, however. The Ts is looking to push through to T stairs. He's got the perfect weapon for it. Could shred through. Does find one. Gonna be able to retreat back. Blitz looking to line them up with the UMP as well. Definitely working together. A treat right now, but they're getting so low. They might actually lose control of the site if they continue in this direction. And it looks like they're now venturing further and further towards this site. And it's all going to be down to Blitz to hold onto it tightly. Luckily, they have a teammate rushing through CT spawn, though, to try and assist. Looks like the CTs already are maneuvering their way around as well. Ultimately, it's just going to result in a 2-2 setup for them. Keep it even, Stevens. Don't look to overcomplicate things here. The T's laying preparations in place to try and go for this B site right now. Do have the smoke, a couple of smokes as a matter of fact. The flashes, the grenade, not too shabby. If they land a grenade onto Blitz, that's going to be the end of Blitz as a matter of fact. Alive will be able to take down Soulfly as well as QB though. All going to be onto Sensei there, and Sensei crumbles. So it will be now 2-0 in favor of... Already off to a banging start here. This is only the beginning. We'll see what else will come out of this one. There's plenty more fun in store, that's to be sure. But now, let's get back into it here. I do see Sangal Esports just going to be stuck onto the pistols once again here. A couple of, or a few Deagles rather, behind them. Not much else to be brought forward, however, but if they land one stray bullet with those Deagles, they can definitely look to go for greatness. We'll see if they will go for a more fulgurant approach. Or whether rather it could end up in a rather frivolous situation for them. Let's see. Just going to be holding through on that cubby position right now, waiting to see if any of the T's are pushing that bracket control. Ooh, they're venturing closer. He might just spot them. There we go. Corey actually finds the opening there. Great start from Sangal. You managed to find another kill from Skrunk. Okay. Things looking a little better, but not for long. Getting the dink through on Mangus, though. There comes QB. The nine-tailed fox is back. They have managed to find the site control. This is the Sangal Esports we saw in our previous game, and it looks like they are back in business, everyone. Now going to be a 2-on-3 retake here. Sensei has the M4 behind them. The other two, however, only have Deagles. Certainly going to be a strenuous effort to be put in from them. It looks like, though, it is already going to be a nice trade. 1-on-2 now. Blitz left to do it all here. Does find one at least. No kit in hand, though. Needs to go for this bomb. Otherwise, all going to be over here. Tries to find the last player. Does locate it. Kit on the ground. Oh, this could be so tight. Surely not. He's going for it, though. Oh, this is so dangerous. He's so lucky he found it. He got it. No way. Oh, he is so lucky, and he's going to be thankful for that one. Sangal Esports getting so close in the end there, but ultimately, Enterprise, they manage it. We'll be able to take away the series there. Fantastic stuff coming east. We'll see what else will entail this time. As we do press on into round number, guys. Everything going to be as good as it can be, but it could get better. We'll just have to wait and see, though, as we do push on into this next upcoming round. T's going to be stacked up with weapons. CT's looking to have a bit of the same, but T's already taking a bit of damage from the utility there. Already looking a bit worse for wear. Soulfly down to 10 HP. Ori on 61, and Soulfly's on 0. As a matter of fact, see you later. Already start from Enterprise there, just completely gatekeeping the site away from their opponents and not allowing them to get any early advantages. See what they might be able to stack up, though, because QB's playing this lurk role. Doesn't seem like he might even need to play it, though. Corey takes down Matisse there. QB looking to take one down as well. Great trade there from Malitzi. Looks like Blitz is going to try and do something as well. T's are just on the other side of that smoke. He's so aware they could be there, but doesn't know if they're going to push through. Corey looking to set it up, though. Looking to watch the back of the site. The barrel spotted. Corey knows now for HP. Needs one of his teammates to enter into the site for him, perhaps, or just land the shot on the blitz. In the meantime, though, you've got Malitzi. He's rotating through CT spawn. Sensei's managed to get the shutdown on blitz, though. But there's no smoke. Malitzi could set this up. Oh, the fountain has saved him. The plant goes down, but so does Sensei. It's now going to be all down to Corey and Scrunk. Corey's on 4 HP. They just need to land a one singular bullet here. Scrunk has been laid in bare there, laid out of place. Taken out of this space. It's now all down to Corey here. They line up for him. Oh, not together though. Mangus will be able to recover in the end, picking up the kit and taking away the round for Enterprise. Sangal Esports, they are getting so close on these rounds. But not close enough, it would seem. Luckily for them, though, they do manage to get the bomb planted down alongside maximum loss bonus. It is going to stack them up for a pretty confident buy here. So we'll see what they can and manage to muster heading into round number 5 now. Here we go again. It's going to be Enterprise. Looking to just hold it down the fort as long as they possibly can here. Blitzy and co. Are actually going to be forced back by an abundance of T utility early on here. So this does allow Sangal Esports to at least more quickly get towards the B side of the map right now. T's Blitz, as well as one of their teammates, are prepared on the B side though, but it seems they're working together. Malitzi taking down one, Matisse onto a second. Great start there. Nullify the T attack. They still have 2 CTs to worry about on this A side as well. They got Mangas as well as that Alive there. That Alive could be hearing some T's nearby. Already waiting for the steps. Mangus ready as well. They've got another teammate rotating through in Malitzi, but he's shut down. Good trade there from the Alive, taking it down to a 2-on-2 on the A site. Mangus just needs to hold steady. Sensei's pushing through though. He might just get a spot here if the Alive falls back, or maybe not. They've actually found them. They know they're pushing towards that diggity position. Mangus not going to be able to land the fire, but he's already got the positioning. Trying to make noise. No! The Alive's gone down. It's all on Mangus. They know where he is as well. He needs a lifeline right now. And he has got it. Matisse comes through from library and saves the man's life. Sensei crumbles as well. It all falls apart. The CTs are given too much time to recuperate. And do manage to take away round number 5 now in their favor. Enterprise recovering and coming through in full force. Absolutely wonderful stuff so far. And this is only the beginning, everybody. Only the beginning. Looks like we do have these. Now just trying to gain a bit of traction through towards the banana side of things. At least they've done well. They've got a bit of fire between them and the site, but they've at least gained some good ground. Now pushing up to that sandbags position to prepare for them. There are going to be 4 Ts they need to contend with. Looks like these. Oh, they get a flash there. Do actually catch a blitz there. The T's will be on the receiving line there. All the T's, all guns blazing, set up the plant. Soulfly almost going down with it. Luckily, they engage. It's now going to be a 4-on-5 situation here for the CT side. They've got a pretty decent amount of utility. They can look to launch here. They can easily just launch an abundance of fire onto the site. See what further damage they can deal. And it looks like, speaking of damage, they take too long. Scrunk takes advantage, finding a couple of kills, lining up 3, as a matter of fact. Leaving it all down to Mangus. Now, in a 1-on-5 situation, I think that he's this one. Just looking to save Apple or go for exit kills. Could actually find, but see what does count here. And And it looks like we are see a replay. A round going the way of Sangal. Great outcome, to say the least, for the Sangal side. A long round away from their opponents. But at least for Mangus, he takes a consolation prize. Takes away the M4A4. What they will be able to bring forward, however, is now they've got a bit of confidence behind them. They take that first round, they could take more. Most of the CTs are down to pistols, so it could be easy pickings for them. Perhaps. Smoke is launched, Blitz goes with it. Now the T's force their way onto the side. Malitzi and Matisse, though, they find 3 kills. Okay, 2 versus 4 situation now. They've picked up a weapon. Malitzi's got the AK. The bomb is on the ground. Try to shoot him with the AWP. It's not going to be enough. Malitzi! Oh my word! Matisse with 2 as well. That is absolutely gargantuan effort coming through from Enterprise there. As they too managed to take away an eco round back in their favor. My word. That is awesome. Sangal Esports, though, still got the max loss bonus behind them. And will be playing confidently into round number 8 here. Trying to see what else they can bring to the table at this point. Things already looking rough, and they could just get rougher. All going to come down to these upcoming rounds, however. They are going to be able to find much more. Mangus playing around the pillar, does find a lot of damage. Not going to find a lot of kills, though. Malitzi trying their best to keep the T's from getting onto the side. A grenade to come through as well. Not going to be positioned well enough to catch them, though. But it is going to leave their position well enough. The Alive taking, dealing some damage. And leaving it all down to QB. 1-on-4 situation now. QB. It's all down to you. What can you do here? Let's try and see if you can find anyone lurking behind. Does catch 1, but it's not going to be good for 2. Better recover, playing on contact for the trade. Does take a 7th round in favor of Enterprise. And pause at long last. Coming through from Sangal Esports there. Need some time to just restructure because they're just losing rounds left, right, and center right now. They managed to get 1, but then it was just traded back into the CTs just as quick. After they went on to an eco round, they didn't care. They just took the round for their own. The T's weren't looking for them. It's all swung into place from there. T's now, though, could be on a potential eco of their own. Looks like they're picking up a nice amount of utility. Upgraded pistols, actually. Going to be back in that one through here, as well as a Galil of all things. Not the worst buy from Sangal Esports. They can easily set up a site with this one, and they've got enough fire force in order to actually players on their way through. See if it is going to be enough here and now, though. Already trying to push a grenade in Banana, just create some noise there, see if they can deal some damage. BT's not going to be close enough to be on the receiving end of that one, however. Could be on the receiving end of a Deagle bullet from QB very soon. Should they continue to hold their positions. Litzy is going to be able to at least get down a little bit of fire through towards the balcony. Just in case the T's are playing these early rush angles. None of them are looking to do that just yet, though. They're playing nice and safely. Looking to just slowly edge it through towards Banana, perhaps. They have now received some grenade damage, though, so they could reconsider. But I think they're just going to commit to it. They got QB playing the lurk in the apartments. They can work off this. T's could be ready, though. Flash to come through. Oh, it's perfect, but not perfect enough. Soulfly not going to be affected by it. Now all down to Blitz. One man all alone on this site. Playing around smokes right now. Actually maneuvering through the they don't know where he is. Now they do. Quick trade to come through. Alive, trying to see if they can get something back. Fortunately for them, it's not much. Sensei, however. Number 17. A little bit more positive environment. Now turning to a positive. As QB he does find Mangus there. 2-on-3 situation now for that Alive as well as Militsi. We'll see if Militsi will be able to actually, or whether they just concede. It looks like they are in fact going to concede the round. They realize they just want to save out the weapons next to him. Important, even if their money's relatively healthy. The same can't be said for every single player on their team. They can't afford to actually play on through with this. The positioning right now. So they're going to concede a round at number 2 to Sangal Esports here. And look to buy confidently coming through into this next one. It looks like they have actually opted for a pause of their own this time. We're going to see if they can bring some further strategy into this round. But obviously, it is all going to be difficult here. We'll see what does come through from this one, though. As we do see, pause still just holding true at this point. Just waiting to see what else is going to come through into this one. Enterprise certainly have a lot to contemplate here. A lot to truly consider. Truly wonder exactly what is going to be what to use at this time. Seems Mangus and Co, though, are now ready for this one. They've managed to get the full buy through, effectively just sharing out their economy. Should be able to even action a little out of this one. Eager to find out exactly what that is going to entail, however. Looking to hold the apartments. No CTs are looking to push towards him, though. No one's going to be good for it this time. Looks like Soulfly trying to get a bit of territory towards Banana. Good that the T's can throw their utility to each other, trade them out, and disperse them accordingly. Flashes to come through already, though, so they can get a little bit more ground towards this B site. The CTs, they're holding quite closely. They don't want to allow them to get to that choke point again. And already taken advantage of it. Matisse gets the opening kill on a Soulfly there. One more could come back from Molitzi there. Perhaps not, though. The T's opted. They realize they do not want to mess with that AWPer. They want to try their hand at the A site instead, where Mangus is waiting, as well as their teammate, that Alive there. They're trying to burn him out of the pit position. Alive is ready on the site as well. Actually going to be slightly caught off guard. Luckily, Mangus is there to commuter coming through left, right, and center, it would seem. Sensei goes down as well. It's all on QB now. 1-on-3, making it 2. More can he do? He's ready for it. Oh, the timing. He knows there's CTs right in front of him now, though. He can't afford to go for the plant. Here he goes for that. It's round over. Needs to go for the gunfights. Matisse shuts it down. And that will be round number 8 going the way of Enterprise, which means they will be winning the half. By how much is going to be decided in these upcoming rounds. We'll see. Replays to come through here. Not too shabby, to say the least. We'll see what the replays will actually result in and coming into the future. As we do have CT setting up shop through towards the middle and the apartments. The aggression working magnificently on there, shutting down QB. Has been quite infamous. Just lurking around, trying to make things happen. Speaking of making things happen, though, the T's, they managed to dish out a significant amount of damage through towards that archway position. So now Mangus and Militzi are both going to be straight down to pretty much no HP. One shot and they're out. We'll see if the T's can capitalize, considering Corey's in similar straits as well. Down to 6 HP there. Both teams pretty much on similar footing at this point. But keeping players alive is going to be priority 1 here. Looks like the T's now trying to set things up through towards the B site. Bit of fire is going to stop them from setting up too hastily. They're now going to try and see if they can make preparations again. Trying to go for a quick nade play towards the side, it would seem. Soulfly might be able to do it. Perhaps not. Ooh, no one's going to be there, unfortunately. At least they're clearing out those angles. He's holding the push, takes out one, good trade. Blitz holding the try box, does manage to actually get one back, however. So it is going to be a good little start there. Know where Blitz is playing from, though. They know exactly what he's doing, and they do eventually manage to make him meet his death. All going to be down to 7. 1-on-2 situation. Cover of smoke as a plant protection. But it's not for long, as the smoke unfortunately dissipates. And will net another round in favor of Enterprise. 9-2 on the board right now. Sangal Esports, they are going to be stuck through towards, with sparingly flying through. They managed to get the AKs through, sure, with the loss, but the utility not as great as it could be. Soulfly actually going to sacrifice themselves and opts for the MAC-10 instead, so they can get full util. I can respect that, considering they can still play around their team. Maybe they steal a weapon off their opponents. There's still plenty of options for them coming forward. It isn't the end of days here. We will see exactly what is going to come through as we press on into this game. Corey now looking to push up towards the site. A couple of CTs waiting close by, though, as well as his teammate there, going to be elevated straight above him. It's good that Matisse is delaying them out, though, but here's QB again, playing that lurk role, just trying to see if they can find anything happening nearby, even make a little bit of noise, perhaps. Looks like the T's aren't actually committing towards this B site now, though. They're going to try and play off QB here. If QB can set up a kill, that would be awesome. Then they can try and collapse upon the site. See if they can overwhelm them like a tsunami. All going to be down to this one, however. And it looks like now, the T's, they get their preparations laid in place. They smoke off the diggity side of things. Look to push the archway instead. Little do they know that Elive is going to be there and ready and waiting. They're actually going to try and run it back through CT Spawn, as a matter of fact. One of them's gone down. They know one's in library now in the Elive. The B players are cautious. Realize what could be waiting for them, and it looks like Militsi is going to be waiting for them and will go down. Ori getting ready for a kill as well. The Elive does find it with the FAMAS, however. Now going to be a 4-on-3 situation here. Mangus trying desperately to hold this pit position. Here's the T's scurrying around the site, and in the meantime, Sensei's gone as well. Angus crumbles, does actually cause a debacle on the site, however. Lots of damage being dealt there. He's now going for the plant, but they ran out of time. And that is going to be all for the round. And the T's at least get the plant down after time. But that's it. 10th round. Going with relative gracefulness in the end there towards Enterprise, and does net them double digits. Pushing Sangal Esports onto a bit of an eco round. Only one with a gun is going to be QB. So eager to see exactly what's going to come through, pressing into the rest of this game right now. As Enterprise are off to an absolutely explosive start to the game here. Pushing through on map number 3, you can tell that they are doing whatever they possibly can in order to make this work for themselves. Looks like Sangal Esports now, though, will be picking up full primaries across them. AWP to boot. Skrunk, got a bit of util. Just looking to don the Glock this time, it would seem. Maybe just playing the util play. Perhaps they bought up for their teammate. Who knows? It looks like they are just going to play around what they have, though. These are pushing rather aggressively through middle. Flashes come through, and there we have it. The meat grinder is activated. They find 3 kills instantaneously, finding even more to follow. Skrunk now the last man standing, trying to do his utmost to keep this round alive for his team, but seemingly will just have to temporarily retreat, retrieve the bomb, see if he can find an exit here. The CTs pretty much have every side of the map cut off from their opponents right now, though. Skrunk is going to have to face relative hardship in order to push through towards this site right now. It is going to be tough. It is going to be hard, but he makes it just a little bit easier. As he does find a kill now onto Blitz there. 3 CTs remain, but he can't find that one. The Elive is able to push around the corner. does take away round number 11 now in favor of Enterprise. And so we will see Sangal Esports basically forced down to their last dollars once again. Their maximum loss bonus going to be their only saving grace here, as we will potentially be seeing an eco round stem through from the side of Sangal Esports. No one's bought anything yet. Certainly could be thinking about it, but no one has committed. As it looks like there is a pause to come through from them right now. They really need to decide what their options are and whether they can find one thing or another here. Still just going to hold on tight, though, as we talk about it. Sangal Esports, the unpause has come through now. They're ready for this. They know exactly what is going to be coming here. It looks like they're going to be coming at you in full force. Mac 10 coming through. We got the Galils. You name it. They're trying it. They're looking to just send it in this one. See exactly what they can deliver here. Maybe they might just find a bit of success. Who knows? Looks like Militzi is going to actually be able to just put a little bit of damage there. We'll actually see if they can figure things out coming forward. Alas, it's good for early information. Not landing any shots, but at least they can play off those intel plays early on. Tees, they're just trying to see if they can get any kind of territory here. They can play around middle, but whether they make the extra push through towards brackets, maybe work their way up Diggity, that's going to be another trek entirely. And already the CT is managing to rotate that Alive through towards that archway position. Definitely can be beneficial for them. Having 3 players available instead of just 2 normally, easily could be good for them. Looks like they're rotating pretty much everyone now, as a matter of fact. So this could be great. Oh, that's going to be rough, though. Mangus goes down early on. That Alive able to trade it out. However, more to come, it would seem. Militzi does find at least one, but Blitz, great for it with a grenade there. Taking it down to a 1-on-2 for Matisse. We've seen just how deadly Matisse can be here. He knows one towards the pit. Oh, he stopped it. Does actually kill the planter just after it goes down there. Knows where QB's playing from. Through towards that pit position. He's dancing with it. He's playing with him right now. Smoke goes down. Matisse knows. He knows. He gets it. And he's done it. He's happy with himself after that one. Hopping his way through like he's spoon. And will be able to take away round number 12 for Enterprise. Sangal Esports, a valiant effort to get that bomb planted down, but that one grenade from Blitz seemingly turned the round on its head. We thought Sangal Esports would have a lead, have an advantage in numbers, but no. The grenade just too powerful in that round. Doing tremendous work through towards the game there. And as we can see, Tease there. Managing to get the shots onto QB. Amazing stuff. One round to go, though. It is going to be 12-2 on the scoreboard. Or will it be 12-3? Or will we see a 13th round come through for the side of Enterprise? All going to be put to the test here and now, everybody. We'll figure out exactly what this round will entail, as the Tees do not fail to just push through with such energy right now. No CTs are going to be stopping them at this point. Let you live so far distance from this A site. May actually have to opt for a different approach here. Push through towards library perhaps, but the Tees, they've already got the point of entry here. They've got a nice vantage point. They're just holding and waiting patiently, because they know that the CTs have typically played a player towards these sites in previous endeavors, but now the information's been gained for the CTs as they do find an opener onto QB there. Great start from Militzi. Still going to be more that they need to find, though. And the T's, they're pushing straight to him. Straight smoke. He's only got the AWP. Matisse has found Sensei. It's now down to 3. Militzi's all on his lone. They don't know he's there, though. He finds one. Tries to line up a second. Not going to be good for the timing, though. They will now be down to a 4-on-2 situation here. Mangas holding patiently. Takes down one, on to look for the second, and he gets it. Double spray down, you name it, he got it. Will be Enterprise taking away the half, 13-2. What a way to get things done there. Enterprise starting off so dominantly through towards Inferno. You can see after the way that they took that second map in double overtime, they mean business. And they have not let up on that energy at all throughout this series. And I'm eager to see if we will find a response from Sangal soon. But we'll find out shortly as we head to a short commercial break. Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be here live with the HCG Masters event. Great stuff coming through so far in this tournament. You can see just by this octopus, we are very happy with how things are shaping up so far. And I'm very keen to see exactly what's through for the rest of this series, considering we start off quite strong. Enterprise looking to come out with a fiery beginnings there. But we'll see if they can actually all the way through towards the end, as we do come out of a 13-2 half. Now the coin has flipped. We do see Enterprise now on the T side. And it is going to be Sangal Esports on their CT side. Eager to find out exactly what is going to actually come down to this one. Or whether we do see Enterprise take things away here and now. This pistol going to be vital, and already, whoa! Before we start there, they managed to speed past QB with a single bullet. We'll see if they can back it up with just a few more as they go 4 CTs. They still need to think about 3 towards the A site, 1 still in CT spawn. They're looking to try and culminate their efforts through towards the A site now, but little do they know, these are actually going B, man. Sensei at least fire on to Malitzi, though. So it's just going to be the single lurker there in Mangus. Looking to see if he can reunite with the team. Making a little bit of noise, though. Does actually delay the rotation here. Finding a kill as well. Well done from Mangus there. Now they're going to have to exercise a bit of caution trying to rotate through. Sensei, though, does give himself away, trying to fight Mangus now. In the interim, though, bomb's gone down. But they at least know where one of them is. Speaking of which, they found another. It goes now. They're looking for more. Sensei's been found. It's all down to Corey in the house and Skrunk right now. And Corey is gone. He's not home anymore. It's all going to be down to Skrunk. Is he going to be able to be funky with it? No, it's not going to happen. Mangus gets it done in the end. And the pistol round will go to Enterprise. They are 2 away from taking this series here and now. Oh my word. Sangal Esports, they need to give it everything they've got going forward. If they cannot take 12 rounds in a row, if not more, that is it. That is going to be curtains. Enterprise in a perfect position right now. Anything can happen. We saw what happened on map 1. Anything is possible. And who knows what could be waiting in store for us here tonight. So we do see Sangal Esports just getting ready with their utilities so far, trying to see if they can nade stack Banana. They're in perfect position for it. The T's are ready. They just need to snap the trap right now. Already spotting one, though. They're ready to throw that utility. The grenades come raining through. They found 1 kill, looking for another. They do get traded back. Twofold, it would seem, working out in favor of the CTs. They're finding even more. Just need to find a weapon here. They could find more, as a matter of fact. They all crumble down one after the other here, stealing the gun straight out of the hands of the T's. It's all down to Mangus now, 1-on-2, but it all falls apart. Sangal Esports at long last do manage to find a round back, forced by paying off dividends. And now keeping them alive just a little bit longer. We'll see if that will be enough to re-energize them, put the wind back in their sails in order to send us through towards a potential victory or overtime. We do see the T's actually looking to force up themselves here. CT is going to be using their own weapons against them though. Got a couple of MP9s, a couple of M4s in the AK. They're pretty solid so far, but speaking of which, saw the kill coming through from Mangus there to take down Skrunk with the headshot. Significant chunk of damage split across Blitz and Mangus though. But it's still worth it. It seems they're actually firing off a few more jabs through towards that banana position. Soulfly goes down. That's the side opened. They can easily get a plant off that. They're trying to overwhelm right now though. They found, oh yeah, there it is. Soulfly does eventually go down, leaving it down to Sensei now. 1-on-3, and he's broken free. It is going to be the site opened up now, and they've got a couple of primaries behind them. QB's trying to stop them. They don't have much behind them at this point. They've at least got a little bit of armor to play with, but they don't have much HP. And that's going to be the true difficulty they're going to face here. Losing one player, making things even harder. It's all down to Blitz and Matisse here, playing a bit of a crossfire it seems. Blitz going to peek on through, and they make it happen! Enterprise! They have done it! The force up wonders. They will be able to take us to series point. Is all going to be down to this. Will it end in this round, or will we see another overtime come through? Sangal Esports certainly going to be put to the test here and now, everybody. And I am so excited to see exactly what this is going to result in. As we do see these take away round number 15 here. Things looking absolutely perfect for them right now. And Sangal Esports is forcing up whatever they can at this point. It's down to an economic deficit, but it doesn't even matter. Corey's back. Does find Malitzi there. Good start to the round there. 5-on-4 already. They can't retrieve the weapon, but at least they can have a little bit less they need to deal with in terms of the T side. Looks like the C are going to be rotating a player through towards that B side, though. Try and deal with these guys on the Enterprise side a little more effectively. I don't know how much it's going to work, though, to at least find a good trade back, but it's not going to work for much else. 3-on-2 situation now in favor of Enterprise. Sangal Esports. It's all down to Corey and QB here. The last men standing. Will they be able to do this? Keep this series alive just a little longer. QB's gone. It's all on Corey. And that is it, everybody. Enterprise are your victors. They take away the series. 2 maps to 1. At long last, they make it work. Fantastic stuff coming from the side of Enterprise there. Can that they put in the hard yards all the way through from map number 1 to the end, and they do manage to make it work. Just absolutely fantastic stuff coming through from Enterprise there. And a big shout out to Sangal Esports as well. They managed to reverse sweep the first map, almost take the second. They almost took the series. They were 1 round away for so long. They kept it close as ever. But alas, the side of Enterprise had different plans in store. Did manage to sweep the series back. 2 maps to 1 there. Cannot believe it. Regardless, guys, that's been all for now. We are going to check highlights before we get into the next one eventually. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.